Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Amateur Hour Sports. We're back live as the Toronto Raptors have their next game up against the Atlanta Hawks. It's been quite a while since I've seen you guys, since I've been here, been away for the holidays, but back for this game. Only missed one game from the Raptors. That was the Boxing Day blowout loss, and I think of all the, I say this about a lot of games that I miss. I think the Raptors just lose a lot. So, when I miss a game and they lose, I go, well, it was a good one to miss. But yeah, they lose a lot. So, maybe all the ones are good to miss because they do lose a lot. But that one in particular was a good one to miss because, of course, the Toronto Raptors were absolutely blown out on this one, in that one. 155 to 126. Pretty embarrassing level of performance as well from this team. Particularly on the defensive end of the ball. Of just complete ugly one there. Hopefully they're able to bounce back in some capacity here today and put up a fight. We're not asking for the world here, but we're asking for this team to fight. We're asking for this team to keep games competitive, and they are more than capable of doing that, especially on a day like today. Absolutely. Where they've got some help. They've got some additional help today out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, but like out of nowhere because we've been waiting so long for this to happen. And finally, it is happening. I'm going to find the tweet confirmation here. But Bruce Brown, about a month, I think a full month after he was supposed to return, like imminent return, Bruce Brown is going to return this week from his injury. Finally, he has reconditioned himself enough to actually play today's game. Raptors do get a bit of extra help as well. Jakob Poeltl available to play for this one after the groin injury. Bruce Brown, as I said, available to make his season debut today. We'll certainly see how that one goes. There will be no Davion Mitchell. There'll be no Bruno Fernando. But we do have Jamal Shead and Jacoby Walter back as well. For the Atlanta Hawks, there was some conversations regarding the health of Trae Young. Trae Young is available to play today. As is Onyeka Okongwu. Bogdan Bogdanovic not available to play. So an interesting one to try and predict exactly who this Raptors team is and who this Raptors team is going to be. Because, we haven't seen them like even close to being this healthy yet. We haven't seen this team at all close to being healthy. So, interesting to try and predict exactly like how good this team is. No Emmanuel Quickly still, but how much does Bruce Brown matter towards the team? How much does that change things? Ultimately, I don't feel like it changes things a whole ton. I also don't really know what sort of minutes we're going to be seeing from Bruce Brown because he's been out reconditioning. I mean, he had a month of recondition, so you'd think he'd be up to speed. We just don't know. The Atlanta Hawks are good. They're 17-15 on the season. They've won 3 games in a row. They're a good team. Let's make no mistake about it here. This is a solid team that's probably going to win more games than they lose this season. Trae Young has been great. Jalen Johnson has been fucking sensational this season. Riza Shea's been a nice role player for them. Capella, is Clint Capella. Okongwu off the bench, decent. DeAndre Hunter, good scoring presence off the bench. This is a good team that's going to be competitive, which is why I'm a little bit confused here. The spread here hasn't quite settled in anywhere, but it looks like the Raptors. Okay, it looks like the Raptors will not quite be favorites for this one, but it was close. It was certainly close. My computer's about to die. 1 sec. It kind of flopped back and forth on the Raptors being favored or not, and it appears as though the Hawks will settle in as very slight favorites for this game, but some places, betting-wise, are undecided on the spread, really. It looks like it'll be slightly in favor of the Atlanta Hawks, but it was very close to being the second time in the entire season so far. This is game, I actually am not, what is this, game 32. It would have been the second time this season that the Toronto Raptors are favored and it's against the Hawks. I find that a weird one. I know, Pirtle's back, but really, like, what's been the big change here? Probably the big change is that Bruce Brown is here. I don't really see it personally. I think the Hawks are good. I think the Raptors are decent. Yeah, I don't see how the Raptors win this game. I can see that. Well, I can see them winning the game. Sorry, I can absolutely see the Raptors winning the game. I don't really see how they are basically a 50-50 to win this game. I think the Hawks should be favored here. So, interesting one. One sec. But how's everyone doing? How was your holidays? Merry Christmas if you celebrated. Happy holidays if you didn't. I hope you had a great week, whatever you were celebrating or not celebrating. How did the week go? A little bit of extra time off from the Raptors. Perhaps you had a bit of extra time off from work, as I did. I certainly enjoyed that. But let me know how you guys did. I appreciate that. Also, we are a few days away from 2025. We'll be live today, like obviously, because I'm here right now. We'll be live on Tuesday as the Toronto Raptors take on the Boston Celtics in an afternoon game, a 3 p.m. tip-off in that one. But also, my schedule's opened up a little bit, so I will have a video coming out tomorrow on the channel. I haven't done a video in quite a while here. The longest Baron run video-wise on this channel in its history since the channel became a channel. So I'll be back at it tomorrow, and I hope to see some of you guys there. Hope to see some of you guys supported the video, and hopefully in the next few days we can get this channel up to 18,000 subscribers. We got really close in the last few days. Partially my fault that it hasn't quite happened because I've been too busy to get content out. Therefore, we haven't really been able to upgrade subscribers and find new people. We're actually at 17,999 for a period of time. And then it was like fluctuating up and down from 17,999 and then 17,998. It was kind of 99 to 98 to 99 to 98. As you can see, now it's back down to 17,996. So hopefully in the next few days, we can find 4 new people to join the amateur army. Perhaps 4 of those people can be located over the course of today's stream and help boost the channel up to that amazing milestone of 18K. So if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you're subscribed. If you're not new to the channel, you can help us find those new people to join the amateur army by just dropping a like, simply taking a second out of your day to hitting a like on the channel. Appreciate it. Take a sec. Just hit that like button, you know? But how's everyone doing? Let's see what's up to people in the chat. We have Gregory here, one of the members with the 12-month badge. Very nice. And Sumaya, another one of our members here with a 6-month badge. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you guys had a great week. Been a long time since the last stream. How's everyone doing? Yeah, I'm doing okay. I had a nice refresh there. It always feels like, you wish it could have been like 1 or 2 more days longer of a vacation, of a break, but didn't quite materialize. That's okay. Yeah, I had a good reset. I was at my parents' house for a few days. I saw a ton of family, did a lot over, and saw some friends, did a lot over the course of the week. But it was really nice to just decompress after what's been not a grueling year, but a lot. We've done a lot this year, and the channel's gone far. And I'm excited to see where the channel can go in 2025 as well. But we're going to continue to be working hard here to finish off the year as well, to put us in the best position possible as we go forward. All right. Lucius? I don't know how you want me to say it. Luxius, also in chat. Foil in chat, asking about Emmanuel Quickly news. The only news I'm seeing is that he's like pretty close to ramping up into being a full participant in practice. But at the moment, he's still working his elbow back up to that point. Not quite there yet for a full contact standpoint, I don't think. But I think he's going to be there very, very soon. Matucci in chat asked about opinion on all the new guys back. What? I'm confused by the question. All the new guys back. like the Raptors getting players back from injury. Getting players back from Bruce Brown. I'm just really interested to see how it looks, because he's a capable player who didn't show those capabilities, I think, last season in a Toronto Raptors uniform. There is a lot of fan base, major parts of the fan base antagonizing him and his abilities. But I think he's a good player. I'm happy he's on the team. I hope he can play well. And I hope in about, 38 days away from the trade deadline, I hope in about 38 days' time we can trade him. That'd be great. And I think that'd be the best for both worlds. Amidst the injury, he has been fantastic as a vet presence for the team. It seems like he's really enjoying his time with this team, with this group. And it seems like the team enjoys having him a part of it as well. So hopefully he plays well. Hopefully he drives up that trade value. And hopefully we can get a deal done. But for the time being, hopefully he can play some good basketball for this team. And I think he's good enough to go ahead and do that today. I'm trying to find what the starting line is going to be. So I'm curious if they slot Bruce Brown in some capacity. They don't. They're going to continue to go with Scotty Barnes at the point, Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji, RJ Barrett, and Jakob Poeltl is going to be reinserted into the starting five. They're coming back from injury. So Agbaji was the one where he is going to maintain his starting spot, even though Bruce Brown returns from injury. I think that's the right way to go about it. Abaji's been playing well, and I think Bruce Brown will give you a decent spark off the bench. He's a good ball handler off the bench. He can score a little bit. Good defender. I think that's the right guy to have with the second unit and continue to allow Agbaji to be that nice complementary fifth man sort of vibe for the starters on this team. I think that is the right way to approach things. So happy with that decision there. Hopefully the team as a whole can just play a little bit better defensively today. And having Jakob Poeltl back will certainly help. But hopefully a long, hard look in the mirror after that game against the Grizzlies it was. Where, it was just very, very, very ugly. All right. Starting five for the Atlanta Hawks, by the way, if anybody is curious. Trae Young is playing. Zachary Riza-Shea, Krejci, Johnson, and Capella will be the starters here. Interesting one to see Krejci starting again for this team. But, Krejci. Earning himself a bit of an opportunity to showcase his abilities as a starter. We'll see what sort of minutes he's going to get here. I think I don't imagine he's getting. I haven't been following, but I would imagine he's getting tons and tons of minutes here. Let's see last game, 23 minutes. I mean, that's not nothing. So good for him. I think they're keeping him in the starting five. I think they really like DeAndre Hunter for his impact off the bench. It's pretty crazy to see DeAndre Hunter has gone to this point where like he's very effective in that role, but like him coming off the bench, that would have been a really surprising one. If you told me like 3-4 years ago, Hunter's coming off the bench for the Hawks. He's a good player, but that's he hasn't quite lived up to the potential. Still a good player. What's his contract like? I think he won the chip, the Natty with Virginia the year he got drafted. His 4-year, $95 million contract. I believe he's making like $20 million. That's what I thought he was. Okay. Yeah, it's going up every year. Unlikely incentives. We'll get into it. So it's a $90 million contract. He's making 21.5 this year. Next year will be 23. Then it'll be 25. It's a pretty fair contract for Hunter. Not a really great trade, I guess. But, a great contract to trade, but it's solid value for the player you have there. The modern NBA has made it so difficult for guys to get traded in that kind of range of a contract. So I don't imagine he will be going anywhere. But, decent guy to have for them off the bench for the time being, and he's playing well there. What's the verdict? Jay Conda, one of our members, joining once again, says, what's the verdict for tonight's game? I say the consensus here, the betting odds, it's an efficient market. It's right before game time. Suggests it's a 50-50. It is a complete toss-up for this game. I myself am not in agreement there. I don't think this game is a toss-up. I think the Atlanta Hawks should be favored, but there seems to be the impression, at least, that the Raptors can go and win this basketball game today and have a 50% chance to do so. I am definitely at the point, the team 7-24, where they lost 9 in a row. I am definitely at the point where I feel like I'm comfortable losing these games. I'll enjoy watching them. I'll root for the Raptors as we go, but I am comfortable with losing these basketball games. I have been comfortable with that, and I think that's just the right way to approach things at the moment. We got to be honest with who we are and where we're going, and I think that is something that is gonna help this team in the long run. I mean, man, I think what's kind of put it into perspective. So I'm let's pull it up here. I am a football fan as well. I'm a big fan of the New York Giants. The New York Giants coming into today and there's no draft lottery in the NFL. Worst record gets the best pick. The New York Giants entered the day with the worst record in the NFL, and today they put up 45 points and they won. And they won. They no longer have the top rights for the first overall pick. They moved down to third on the list. There are 4 teams now tied record-wise with them at 3-13. Cleveland could end up being 3-13 as well. Bunch of teams on 4-12 as well. A real opportunity missed by the Giants. They probably should have lost this game. But, you play, NFL, lots of one-year contracts, lots of guys in contract years, lots of guys trying to earn that next contract. And as a result, you get Drew Lock putting up 5 touchdowns in like an almost career performance. And all of a sudden, you don't get that franchise-changing, potentially first overall pick. I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach by the Giants winning today. So anyways, that's putting into perspective how the Raptors should be treating the season. Now, it's a bit different in hockey. It's a hockey commercial line. It's a bit different in basketball because there is a draft lottery. It is not a surefire thing. However, in football, it is. That being said, I've seen what's happened to the Pistons the last couple of years, where they slipped all the way down to 5 in back-to-back drafts despite having the best odds in the draft. That's annoying. However, you can't slip further than 5 if you are the lowest seed. I don't think the Raps will be the lowest seed here. However, they can put themselves in the best possible position to get to that point. At least that's what I'm hoping for here. Bottom 3 record right now. Listen, I'm not going to come out here and root against them during the game, but at the end of the day, hey, they lose. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Pelicans will have to do a bit of a job here to tank because they can certainly put themselves in the running to get the first overall pick. Problem will be when guys come back healthy. They could trade guys away for sure and kind of hit the reset, but they can't really do that because Brandon Ingram's in a contract year. CJ McCollum, who, by the way, helped negotiate the current CBA, which makes it difficult to trade players. CJ McCollum is now stuck on this team because that is a very untradeable contract. The Zion situation's a bit of a disaster right now. They'll have to do a little bit of work, but that's a team that's probably going to be aggressively tanking. Brooklyn are going to be aggressively tanking at some point. Raptors are in a pretty good spot considering where they want to go. That's it's a shame that we're 30. This is the 32nd game. We're already talking about losing games, but yeah, it's where we are rooted in reality. Sad state of affairs. Yep, absolutely. Sorry, pull something up here. All right, we got a few more people in the chat here. Oh my goodness, do we have it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. Unbelievable. As you can see, bottom left corner of the screen, we have hit the 18,000 sub mark. What fantastic news. Hitting the milestone to end off. Well, it could go back down, but Regardless, hopefully in the next couple of days we shoot up and don't have to worry about fluctuating up or down one or two. But we're at the number right now. I imagine if we're here now, we will also be there by the end of at the end of 2024. 18,000 subscribers on Amateur Hour Sports. 18,000 members of the Amateur Hour Army. Thank you so much, everybody, for helping me along this journey, being a part of this journey, helping get to the point here where we can get 18,000 subscribers on the channel. I'm so happy. I'm so thankful. And I just want to keep pushing, guys. I'm very happy. There's a lot on my plate right now, so I'm not maybe reacting as highly as I should be. But, man, 18,000 subs. That is a lot of people. And, we're at the point now where people are ordering merch. I'm shipping out merch to people. We're at the point where I'm still getting recognized in public. And honestly, all of that just seems pretty surreal considering the humble beginnings of this channel, where it began. But what hasn't wavered since it began in August, September of 2019, what hasn't wavered since then is my dedication to the channel and my dedication to just making good content and having fun with it, enjoying it. That's where we're at. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to continue to try and improve the channel, improve myself, to continue to make it better going forward. But I think the channel's in a really good spot right now, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you so much, honestly. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for helping the channel get to 18,000 subscribers. It's so fantastic, guys. Let's keep it going. We hit 16,000 right at the end of 2023, and 2 years on, we're hitting 18,000 right at the end of 2024. Let's go for 20,000 next year. Let's go for another 2K. Let's go to 20,000 next year. 20,000 is the big milestone. I remember, not that I like comparison to, not that I want to compare sub counts and everything, but I remember first kind of starting out on YouTube when I really wanted to start pushing Raptors content, and I recall some other Raptors channels being in the high teens, and then eventually getting to 20K and thinking man, if I could ever get to that point, that'd be tremendous. And we're 2K away, so we're not gonna dwell on where we can get, where we can go, but 18,000. Let's enjoy that. Let's celebrate that. And again, we will continue to push forward. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all for helping along this entire journey on YouTube. Again, I'm just excited to see where we can continue to take this channel going forward. I'm very happy though. I'm very happy. Been a good month for me. From a personal standpoint and from a YouTube standpoint. So that's fantastic. And you guys help it along the way. All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. I'm a fun guy here. It says, anyone other than Brown back? Well, Jakob Pertl also back. Jacoby Walters available to play tonight as well. Jamal Shed as well. Sleepy Plays Roblox thinks they were the 18,000 sub. Well, that's fantastic. You have that milestone. Now, somebody will just unsubscribe now, and then somebody else will get it. But no. Thank you. Appreciate you joining. Hopefully you enjoy the content along the way as well. We make that sub worthwhile to yourself. Aramis Curry Bro says, hope Scotty ankle's feeling good enough to play more aggressively. I hope so too. I did not catch any of that Memphis game. I also didn't really have a strong desire to watch back any of it after losing by 29 points. So I have nothing to really report on form or how guys played that game. I just kind of threw that one away. I was way too busy to occupy myself with that, honestly. It is very basic. Well, appreciate that, Foil. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys still watch and enjoy Raptors content despite the direction of the team at the moment. I feel like a lot of people who are kind of in 2019 when the Raptors won the championship, I feel like a lot of those people, maybe have taken a step back as a result of the direction of the team, as I said. But hey, you guys still here. I appreciate y'all. Not if y'all are here. Has made a huge difference to the channel along the way getting here as well. Look at the 2-month member badge as well. Appreciate having you here. Absolutely, yeah, legendary over the last 2 years. Thanks so much for joining once again. Thank you for the congratulatory messages. All right, couple minutes to go. Well, before the scheduled start time. I'll be doing the door shot in just a moment here. Door shots have been ugly this year. 9 of 25. It's been very ugly. The door is open today, which makes it harder. It is going to be a tough one. Once again here. But I will try. I'm going to continue to try and make the door shot count right. The goal is to get to 50% by the end of the season. I am nowhere near 50% at the moment, but I would absolutely like to get there at some point this season. We got a lot of work to go, and we got a lot of games to go as well. I'm also still working towards making sure we do 70 streams over the course of the season. Unfortunately, I had really unlucky schedule started the year, and I missed 4 games early. So I've been playing catch-up ever since. This is game 32. I've done 25, so this would be 26 door shots. I've already missed 6 games. I can only miss 6 more. It'll be tight. I think I can still get to 70 games, but I'm not sure. We will see. I will try to get to 70 games this year. That is the goal. That remains the goal. Do my best. I'm a fun guy. I started watching in the Louis Scola, Patrick Patterson, Corey Joseph days. 3 years for the championship. I got really invested in basketball probably around like 2011, 2012-ish area. I didn't grow up in a household that had basketball on TV a lot, so I never really got embroiled within it when I was really young. I liked watching highlights. I wanted the Raptors to succeed. It didn't help being a kid, and the Raptors were really bad every year. But then it got really exciting as Kyle Lowry came into the fold. They started performing better, and I was always a Raptors fan, but I wasn't as invested in the team up until really that point. And then I started kind of gathering my own interest a little bit more, and basketball became a thing. So the people who stuck with him earned that championship, and the people that'll stick with him right now will absolutely earn that next one whenever it may come, whether it be in 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years. Who knows? Maybe it never happens again. Maybe we cherish this one. But there's always that hope every year that maybe it could be your year. Not this year, though. Sorry, I got to apply something here. How was your holidays, though, everybody? If you did anything, if you celebrated anything, how were the holidays? How'd you guys enjoy it? Again, as I said earlier, I really enjoyed my time off, and I think I needed that break. I started December. I was just counting down the days to when I had a bit of time off work, and it's a bit of a lighter week this week as well, which would be nice. We have a day off on Wednesday, nice little break in the middle, and I am going to enjoy this as well. And then I'll be back into the thick of things really on the 6th of January, the Monday, January 6th. That's when we're really back into the thick of things with work. But I'll be grinding this week, absolutely grinding this week. Stream today, stream Tuesday, stream Wednesday, stream Friday. There'll be a video coming out tomorrow. There should be a video coming out on Thursday as well. Videos tomorrow. I do want to talk a little bit about De'Aaron Fox and the possibility of him ending up on the Raptors, because that's been floated around as an idea. I do want to discuss the possibilities of that, what it looks like if the Raptors should push for it. If they do, what would they trade? What would it look like? I do want to discuss as well who the Raptors should be looking to trade in 2025, who they should be trying to trade in 2025. That will likely be the Thursday video. And tomorrow's video will be probably about Fox. Hire Mike, honestly, a bit of an angle, a little spoiler for the video. I was probably going to use this angle. What I'm more interested in from these outgoing Sacramento Kings, outgoing members of the Sacramento Kings, is their coach. I like Mike Brown a lot, which is kind of crazy because I didn't really like him as a coach not too long ago. But man, Mike Brown is a real tactician out there. He didn't deserve what he got. He didn't deserve to get fired. The Kings are, they ran really hot one year. He got coach of the year, but they ran hot. They were better than they should have been. That's why he got coach of the year. They came back down to earth a little bit last year. And then they acquired a player who made them worse in DeMar DeRozan and didn't fit the team. There's not enough three-point shooting. They ran poorly in the clutch in a 5-game sample size, which it can happen. They had an unlucky stretch of clutch games where they all lost them all. And Mike Brown got the boot because of it. And they gave up on a really good coach there. And for a team that's been in the real doldrums of basketball for the last, 20 years, I think it's remarkable that one of the main catalysts for their success for the first time in decades is out the door. I just think that's quite ridiculous. And you look at the possibility of De'Aaron Fox getting traded, and you think, like, man, if De'Aaron Fox gets traded, you think, man, this team who struggled for so many years to find any sort of talent, had 2 all-star point guards on the same team, and managed to get rid of both of them in like 4 years' time. Now, I'm not saying, I will say, I still don't think that the Sabonis trade was worth it. I think keeping Halliburton would have been more worthwhile. However, they did get an all-star player, an all-NBA level player in Domantas Sabonis out of the deal. But to have 2 franchise point guards and lose both of them in the space of 4 years is pretty ridiculous. And it's a showcase of where this franchise is. Not a serious franchise. Tough to compete in that market. I get it, but not a serious enough franchise. A poverty franchise might be the right way to describe it. Man, Mike Brown did not deserve that. But a really good head coach is available. Toronto, baby. I don't think, like I always say, I don't like Darko, but I don't think he's going to get fired. I think we'll be looking in a year's time. I think I said this. I think I said this last year around this time. Well, so 1 year ago today, the Toronto Raptors, 1 year ago today or 1 year ago tomorrow, the Raptors traded, I think it's tomorrow, the Raptors traded OG Anunoby to the New York Knicks. I think that'll be tomorrow, will be the anniversary of that. I think I said at that point, around this point at least, after the Raptors were 12-20, they had a good team. They were 12-20. They should have been a playoff team. They're going to be a playoff team. They were 12-20, largely because of how bad the coaching was. And I said last year, this time next year, Darko's still going to be the head coach. Well, I'll say it again. Darko, this time next year, probably still going to be the head coach. This season, all the injuries and the tanking, there's every excuse in the book as to why this team isn't winning games, isn't playing well. So there'll be every reason to not blame the coach. My point has always been with him is that, yeah, I get there's issues with the team, but the team is also better than they're showing. But I don't think he's going anywhere. But if he was going to go anywhere, and you are worried about the possibility of a replacement and what the replacement looks like, tell you what, Mike Brown is a really good option for this team. I listen, if I'm Masai Ujiri, I probably got to really consider this as an option. I don't know if Darko Rajakovic is. I've looked in the past. I'm not. Please, look it up, or if you know, tell me. Let me know what Darko's contract is. I don't think I ever was able to find the actual disclosed time frame or finances. I just don't really care about the money. It doesn't really affect me or the team. But timing wise, is it expiring? Is it, another year after this? I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I'll just look it up quickly, but maybe the answer is right in front of me here. Let's see. Darko Rajakovic. No information on it, as I see here. Yeah, so this is what I kind of saw last year. I never really got an answer as to what the details are. So, I mean, if it's expiring this year, I'd think about replacing him, you know? Mike Brown did get his bag. You know what's funny? Mike Brown was the assistant coach for the Warriors in the, I believe it was I think it was still even still in the 2018 NBA Finals, where the Warriors beat the Cavaliers. Mike Brown was coaching was an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals while he was still on the Cavaliers payroll because of them firing him previously after giving him a really long and big contract. So, yeah, he's got his bag from multiple teams that have fired him. This guy's got money. So, maybe a little bit of a discount to come join the Toronto Raptors. Who knows? Hey, you're already making your money. Why don't you take a little pay cut to come play for us, you know? Darko's a development coach and I winning coach. Yeah, it's starting to look that way. You know, I'm not going to ignore what's been accomplished from a development standpoint. I think a lot of it is largely overblown because I think a lot of the development we've seen is just guys who probably would have gotten better no matter who was the coach. But there's been some success stories there. I'm not going to take away from a lot of the development that has happened with this team. What I also will not take away from is the morale and the vibe around this team, despite all these losses, despite how bad the record is. The team always seems up for it, wanting to win. I don't know how on earth he keeps this team upbeat like that. He seems like a great manager, and that's fantastic to have. But at a certain point, you got to be able to coach basketball, win basketball games. And it's been a year and a half, and he still hasn't proven that he has really any capability or semblance of capabilities to be able to do that. And it worries me as this team does get better. It does kind of worry me. Hey, we're actually trying to be good at some point. Can this guy do it for us? I don't think he can. And I think there's been a lot of proof that he can't do that. So we'll see. I don't think he's going anywhere, though. Reminder, I don't think he's going anywhere. So he's got loads of time to prove me wrong. And hey, if he proves me wrong and is a great coach, I'll eat my words and I'll be happy that the Raptors are succeeding no matter who that coach is. How'd you feel about Darko getting ejected? Anybody saw I talk about it? Maybe I missed it. Yeah, I never talked about it. I was away. I've been away all week. I wish he put that fire in like coaching the team because, you know, losing by 29 is pretty unacceptable. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's like in the locker room, but I feel like a lot of the energy got to be directed towards the team at well. He just decided he was going to fire his team up and get ejected. I didn't look at that with the admiration that some other people did where, you know, he's fired up. I love that he's really passionate for the team. I didn't really get that. It looked fake. It just seemed like fake to me. I don't know. It didn't do it for me. Yeah, I think the players kind of knew how this year's going to turn out, but like 7 wins out of 31, I'm not so sure. I feel like this team was probably expecting to do a little bit more than that. The ownership changing, they're going to get rid of Masai and Darko 100%. I don't know about Darko, but when Masai's contract is up, I can definitely see them moving on from him to go for a cheaper option. Rodgers, for sure, I could see them going. Because Ed Rodgers in particular, is it Ed? Whatever the guy's name is, wanted to go in that direction the last time Masai with contract was up. So I can see that happening again. Game is about to start. I haven't done the door shot, so let's do that right now. Door shot time. 9-25. Come on. Door open. No bank today. In my backswing. I fucking hit my hat in my backswing. I didn't flip it like I normally do. And it almost went in still. Oh my God. 9 of 26. I am so fucking bad at this. And that one I didn't even give myself. I hit it. I don't know if you saw. I hit it in the backswing, and it ruined my release, and I still almost hit it. That might have gone in. That might have gone in. Well, it's still a nope. 9 of 26. My God. All right. Well, let's move on. We got the Raptors game to discuss now. Game time. Raptors have begun. Atlanta wins the jump. And here they go. Jalen Johnson on it. To Krejci. Off a screen. 3-ball loading up. Doesn't go. Rebound in the hands of Scotty Barnes. Moved the other way quickly. Does not look like Barnes has the goggles on. I'm not sure if that's the first time. But that will not be the first time likely he turns the ball over today. Poor turnover there by Scotty Barnes on the Raptors' first possession. Johnson floats it up. No good there. Nice job on the glass by Pirtle, deflecting to Barrett with another ugly turnover for the Raptors. That's 2 turnovers already on the first 2 possessions. And Atlanta give it right back with Trae Young. Grady Dick earning the steal there. So sloppy basketball in the early goings here. As 3 turnovers in the first 45 seconds or so. Can the Raptors get the first basket? Barnes, well, I said that won't be his first turnover. He's turned it over again. That's 3 turnovers. Other side, Pirtle with the block. We're a minute in, ladies and gentlemen. The Raptors turn it over again. That's 4. 4 turnovers for the Raptors in the first 70 seconds of this game. Capella for 2, no good. Barrett has the rebound and turns it over. 5 turnovers for the Raptors. We have played not even 90 seconds. 5 turnovers. Atlanta, 1 of 6. Toronto finally gets a field goal attempt off. It doesn't go. 5 turnovers for the Raptors in the first minute and a half. The Hawks now lead 6-0 as I get the scoreboard set up here. 5 turnovers, man. Holy shit. Like, of all times, Darko, for Darko to call an early timeout. Maybe this is the fucking time to do it. 5 turnovers. God damn, man. How the fuck do you do that? What a fucking joke of the team, man. All right. A lot of game to go. All right, let me calm down. Whew. Lots of game left. We're 2 minutes in. Not even 2 minutes in. Whew. 2 minutes in. A lot of game. Abaji turns it over. 6 turnovers. You think Barnes should have been in the corner there, Alvin? I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to. 6 turnovers. Trae Young for 3. Doesn't go. Rebound Barrett. Will the Raptors get a field goal off? They've had 7 possessions. They've taken 1 shot. 6 turnovers. Abaji. Down low to Pirtle with the right. In close. 2 points. Raptors on the board. 2 shots, 6 turnovers. I can play the full game this season. I think he's played 2. Grady Dick on the rebound here. Finds Scotty Barnes. Thought about the 3 instead. Drives inside to Barrett. Nice extra pass to Abaji in the corner. And the Raptors with the 3. It's 6-5. The purple Raptors dad hat. I got that. I got it as a gift for Christmas last year. It was probably available on Lids or at Lids. Not sure if it's still available though. I do have a new Raptors hat. I got this from my sister for Christmas, so shout out to my sister for hooking me up with this. I really like it. Very comfortable. It looks great, I think. Barrett off the screen. And his pass deflected out of bounds by Capella. 8-5. Yeah, we settled down. I was already fired up about how bad this team has been this season, how bad they were last game, and how much I don't like the coach. And then they commit 6 turnovers in the first 2 minutes, and it fires me up even more. Grady Dick underneath the rim. This time the reverse layup goes, and it was nearly a 7th turnover. It was actually saved there by Abaji, who actually will also earn himself the assist for that play. Well deserved. Trae Young to Reza Shea. Underneath, doesn't go with the left. The first overall pick from the most recent draft there. RJ Barrett has the loose ball. Now Barnes to Grady Dick underneath the rim. And he's blocked by Krejci. Has to cycle back outside to Barnes, who turns it over. Is that 3 or 4 on Scotty individually already? Let's have a look. Is that how many on Barnes? That's 3 Scotty Barnes turnovers. That's 7 for the Raptors. Should I do a turnover counter or what? Like the old point counter we used to do? That's OG days. Barrett under the rim. Throws it down. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to have to count that shit. 7 turnovers already. Yeah. And we're still in a game here. Jalen Johnson throws it down. 12-9 Atlanta. And finally a timeout called. Hopefully Darko says, what the fuck are you guys doing? You are the team wearing red today. Please pass it to a player in red. Insanity, what we are seeing here. Well, despite all the turnovers, despite the extra possessions being afforded to Atlanta, the Raptors are in a game. It's 12-9. We're early. Still a lot of game to go. Been very poor so far, but they haven't been punished as of yet. We'll see if that changes as we go through the game. But it's still early. Let's bounce back. Let's play better. Let's be better. Let's go have a good game here. Still have a chance to have a good game here. Let's go do it. Do I think we get Max Christie for Bruce Brown? It's probably like in the area of what the Raptors could get, I suppose. Is he on 4 years, $32 million? I think he's on $8 million a year for Christie, working his development. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I think you have to get some picks out of it too. The Lakers just used 3 seconds to get DFS, so I'm not sure what sort of draft capital they have left. But that's an interesting guy to look at for Bruce Brown. But you have to match the salaries elsewhere. I'm not sure where the extra salary would come into play. Well, why don't we dabble, Mr. Bro? You brought up a very good question there. All right. 17-13. They're bouncing back. All right, Bruce Brown, $23 million. Max Christie, 7.1 this year, so it makes it harder. So Gabe Vincent absolutely, positively would have to come back in the trade. That only brings them to $18.1 million. We need another 5 or so million. Hood Schifino would be interesting to me. Not sure that quite does it because I don't think they can take back extra salary. They cannot. They are an over the second apron team. They're only able to take about 100% of the salary they're sending out. So they have to match up salaries exactly. So if we add in Maxwell Lewis, do we get there? I don't know if we do. We do get there. Then the Raptors have to waive some guys. Maybe a third team gets involved. Yeah, there's a pathway here. Second round picks to get one from the Clippers this year. Yeah, there's a pathway to Max Christie being the guy for Bruce Brown. Interesting one to bring up there. Grady Dick at the rim with the right. Doesn't go this time for him. Brooklyn's recent deals are hurting the sellers markets here. Absolutely agree. Completely agree. 3 seconds for Finney Smith is pretty bonkers to me. D'Angelo Russell, to me, holds like no value. I don't really rate him as a player. 3 seconds, man. They didn't even get a first for Dorian Finney-Smith. How the hell we get a first for Bruce Brown? I don't think we will. I think it's second-round picks for Bruce Brown. And I said it after the Schroeder trade. Not sure how you're getting a first. Kings may trade for Bruce Brown. That team needs shooting. Capella on the putback there. Well, we mentioned it was tight still, but it's not anymore. 7-0 run by Atlanta. Can Barnes do something? Yep. Short jumper is good for Barnes. Finally doesn't turn the ball over, which is good. Maxwell's already traded. Okay. Oh, was he in the deal today for Finney-Smith? It's possible. Okay, that had to be someone. Anyways, the point is the framework for the trade exists. The framework exists for the trade. Finney-Smith is a really good defender, though, and he can shoot. There's value in that. I thought a first-round pick would be on the way there. I think previously Finney-Smith was traded for 2 first-round picks. I feel like he cost 2 first-round picks previously. I'm not 100% sure. Asked for Koloko in the trade. Now, how funny would that be? Barrett to Shed, who's in the game. Shed been playing good ball recently before the injury. In fact, a DNP last week for Davion Mitchell because Jamal Shed was playing as the backup. Davion Mitchell out today, so he can't play regardless. But interesting to see Shed assuming a bigger role for this team. Here's Garrison Matthews for the Hawks. Doesn't go. Hunter on the rebound. Hunter been great off the bench for this team, and he's earning some free throws here. Drawing the foul from Pirtle. Wasn't Finney-Smith in the Kyrie deal? He must have been. I forget the teams he's played for in the past. Has he always been either Dallas or Brooklyn? Maybe I'm wrong about that trade having happened. Yeah, because he was always Dallas, then he went to Brooklyn for Kyrie. Okay, I think that was the trade. So he wasn't. I think the asking price was for 2 first-round picks at one point in the past. I think that's what I'm getting mistaken. His asking price used to be 2 first-round picks, which they never ended up getting, obviously. But the fact that he's not even worth a first right now is pretty crazy. Bruce Brown checking in for the Raptors for the first time this season, a month after I made a video saying Bruce Brown is back. A confusing situation, but here he is. No Cowboy gear today. He's exchanged it for Raptor gear. 19-11 for the Hawks. Shed to RJ Barrett. At the rim with the left. Tough layup through traffic. Gets to go. Barrett on the floor right now with Boucher, Shed, Brown, and Pirtle. Interesting lineup here. 5 guys who are non-shooters on the floor at the same time. Not how I would personally strategize my lineups, but I'm not the coach. RJ Barrett for 3. Looked like one of my old door shots there. It's a strange lineup. Shed's not a shooter. RJ Barrett can shoot. He's not a shooter. Bruce Brown can shoot. He's not a shooter. Chris Boucher can shoot. He's not a shooter. Jakob Poeltl can't shoot. We'll see how it goes. Garrison Matthews for 3 at the shot clock buzzer. It was side of the backboard. This is a sloppy game of basketball here. You wouldn't know this is an NBA game by the way the first 6 minutes have gone. It more looks like a game you'd see at the local Y. Turnovers everywhere. Airballed 3, side of the backboard 3-pointers. This is crazy. I need to get a cowboy hat. That would be fun, wouldn't it? I don't know where I'd store it though. I'm not too high on funds at the moment. My funds ain't going towards a cowboy hat, as fun as that would be. Bruce Brown on a turnover. There was Kelly Olynyk. His errant pass was turned over. So another turnover by the Raptors. I believe that's 8. On the other side, Shed fouls Hunter going for a steal himself. Will the Kings give a first for Brown? I don't think so. I would seriously at this point be shocked to earn a first-round pick for Brown. Kind of a shame. They're probably getting offers of first last year, but the way the NBA has gone with the CBA, it's just become so difficult for trades to happen. Matthews fumbles a pretty routine bounce pass, what would have been a free 2 points for him. Instead, the Raptors move the other way, down by 6, Olynyk up top to Barnes with Hunter defending. Barnes taking it at him. Good defense by Hunter. Barnes turns around for the 2 and gets to go. 4-point game. All right, well, despite the issues, despite the turnovers, the Raptors are in this game. It's a 4-point game. They're right here. They are still right here. We have a new subscriber here. Grayson Plays 8 has subscribed. Welcome to the Amateur Army. And the road to 19,000 subscribers begins on the channel. 18,000 today. Who knows? 20,000 by the end of next year. We'll take it one at a time. Thank you to our new subscriber, though, Grayson Plays. Appreciate it. This guy does better when there's a point guard on the court. I agree. A lot of them are injured. Mitchell is injured. Quickly is injured. He can't really start. I mean, he could, but it'd be a clunky start to start Jamal Shed. Kind of needs must at the moment. But I absolutely agree that Barnes is better when he's not playing as a point guard. I think he's a fine point guard. He's just better when he's not the point guard. Is a late first for Brown last season better than a second-round pick for the 2025 draft? It's a good question. You're right. It is a good question. Not for maybe as much the caliber of player you're getting. Maybe you can get as good of a player in the second round of this draft as you could get late in the first round of last year's draft. But financially as well, you're paying a lot less to that second-round pick compared to that first-round pick. It's part of the reason why the Raptors, who had the 29th overall pick and the 31st overall pick, traded the 29th overall pick to acquire Abaji and Olynyk. They rather kept the 31st overall pick, which they used in the end on Jonathan Mobo, but 2 picks lower for a player you would get in both spots. Maybe not, but probably would. They probably would have gotten Mobo at 29 or 31, and they got him at 31. And on top of that, you pay that guy less and have a lot more flexibility with the contract, right? So it is definitely a case to be made that the second-round pick might be worthwhile. However, it is a shame you can't get it. You likely can't get a first out of Bruce Brown anymore. I didn't know Boucher got a ring with Golden State. Did he come with McCaw? Boucher was a free agent, I believe, when the Raptors signed him. I actually am not completely sure if Chris Boucher got a ring with Golden State. I actually didn't know he had the ring with Golden State either. Two-time champ, man. That's special. He didn't touch the floor in the Golden State one. I believe he did touch the floor in the finals for Raptors. I think he got the garbage time minutes in Game 3. He may have. Anyways, 2 rings. Aside from Grady and Shamshay, do you see much potential for the young players we have? Yeah. Troy Walters, a really interesting prospect to me. I think Shed's got the capability to lock down a role as a point guard on this team going forward as a backup. Yeah. Jacoby Walters is an exciting player for sure. Wouldn't mind that Celtics second-round pick from the Wizards for Boucher. Yeah, the Celtics kind of flirted with the idea of Boucher last year. I wonder if they'd still have any interest there. I think if you get anything from Boucher, that's got to be perceived as a win. 21-16 for the Hawks. Boucher at the line to trim it down a little bit and does. 21-17. So the Raptors struggled here. They turned the ball over frequently, but still they're scoring very well. Their offense is flowing when they have the ball and not giving it away. And as a result, they're only down by 4 here. Trae Young, whoa. Tough 3 ball. Raptors shooting 53% from the field in this game. Part of the reason why they're still in it at this point. The Hawks will be running away with it already. Boucher, turnaround 2, no good. Shed on the rebound, finds Boucher again, who's fouled again, and is going to head back to the free throw line. Raptors should try to get their own second-round pick back from Detroit this year. Well, I'm not really sure who Detroit would have any interest in trading for, so I don't think that's going to happen. Bruce is going for a maximum of 2 second-round picks. I would have to agree. If you got 2 seconds, it might be the best you can do. First-round pick, I just don't really see happening, sadly. Very sadly. Trae Young to Garrison Matthews. Now back to Trae Young. Another deep 3 opportunity for him, and it drops once again. 27-19. Trae Young is heating up a little bit for the Hawks. Boucher in the corner. Now to Barnes. Johnson defending. Tough defensive matchup for Barnes. Can he muscle his way into another 2? Yeah. Fades off into a 2-pointer. And Scotty Barnes, when he's not turning the ball over, is playing good ball here. And then the Hawks turn it over. Bruce Brown with the steal. Fakes the pass out for 3 and throws it down. He's fired up. The bench is fired up. Bruce Brown is back for the Raptors, soaring there for 2. 27-23. And he looks A-okay to me right now. Maybe he is worth the first-round pick, huh? Can we get the Sacramento Kings on the phone? You guys see that highlight there? You see that dunk? Can he go up again? Oh, blocked by Krejci this time, out of bounds. 30-23. Barnes. 3 ball. Doesn't go. Rebound. Batted away. So Barnes has it. Last minute of the first quarter here. Barnes. Muscling off Johnson again and fading away for 2 again. The mid-range game is cooking for Scotty Barnes today. He's 4 of 5 from the field. He's got 8 points despite the 3 turnovers. This is looking like Scotty Leonard a little bit. Trae Young. Kick out to Matthews. Extra pass in the corner to Hunter. Boucher got out there with a contest. It wasn't enough as Hunter still connects for 3. 33-25 Hawks. As the shot clock, game clock have about a 6.5-second separation. My mustache so itchy today. Olynyk. 10 on the shot clock, turns it over. Hawks should get an easy 2 out of this. Hunter throws it down. 10-point game. Raptors faltering a little bit at the end here. Can they make it up with something? Olynyk open for 3. Doesn't go. Rebound Young. Now can the Hawks, will they add on a little bit more to this? Trae Young, deep 3. And he connected a couple. Does not connect on this one. And the Raptors down by 10 after 1. At the end of the first quarter here. Raptors. Could have been a lot worse, man. They've turned the ball over way too much, but they're not too far off here. 10-point deficit. I'm going to go to the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back. When I come back, we'll have the second quarter underway. Please, if you're not subscribed yet, we just hit 18,000 subs. I appreciate that. Let's start the road to 19,000. Let's get a head start for 2025. Most importantly, if you're enjoying the stream, take a second out of your day, hit that like button. I'll be right back. caught some Smarties as well. What was I going to say? I was going to say, as these guys start coming back from injury, Olynyk's back, Bruce Brown's back, it's going to be tough to distribute playtime. Oh, nice feed by Walter there. Good finish by Olynyk. It's going to be tough to distribute minutes to all the players you feel like should get minutes. Just think about when Emmanuel quickly comes back. You've got your starters. Quickly, Barrett, Dick, Barnes, and Pirtle. Bruce Brown's coming off the bench. At this point, you can't not be playing Walter for his, number one, his ability, but, your rookie you want to develop. Olynyk's going to come off the bench. You need a backup point guard, so Jamal Shed for now. That's already 9 guys. I haven't even talked about Abaji. Abaji's got to play. That's 10 guys already, right there. Where does that leave Boucher in that whole mix? Probably out of rotation. Where does that leave guys like Jonathan Mobo? Probably also out of rotation. It looks like Jonathan Mobo's already out of rotation. 10 players have gotten minutes today. Jonathan Mobo is not one of them. So, it's going to be tough to play all the guys you want to see play. We may have to see a bit more Mobo with the 905 potentially. I'm not so sure. But playtime is going to be pretty scarce for this team. It's not a top-heavy team, but I kept saying there's a lot of talent on this team and a lot of guys you think should be getting NBA minutes. Battle's a two-way guy, so he'll probably get a lot of playtime in the G League when guys are healthy. At a certain point, though, you'll trade guys, hopefully, and that space opens up a bit. Another turnover by the Raptors. Trae Young dumps it off and turns it over himself. So the Raptors get it back, but it's still a lot of sloppy play by the Raptors on offense here. Barnes to Bruce Brown. Connects at the rim. Lays it in. 6-point game. Full court pass to Matthews, who can't finish underneath the rim, but it's blocked, and it's out of bounds for a Hawks ball at the baseline. I do like Jacoby Walter a lot. Good player. He's ahead of schedule from my perspective. He's a much smarter player than I was anticipating. Bruce Brown is, in fact, playing. Here he is checking out for the Raptors, getting good applause from the bench. He knows the bench all too well. He spent a lot of time there this season. But hey, he was at every game. He was like second guy on the bench after Garrett Temple for every game. He's been invested this whole time. He's absolutely not just been a passenger this whole thing. As Olynyk is called for the foul there on the screen. I'd like to see that again. I feel like that could have gone the other way. No, they don't show the replay, but I feel like that foul could have gone the other way. For sure. I will miss the cowboy fits. I feel like somebody else has to take on that role. We don't see any replay there, but it looked like that could have been a defensive foul against the Hawks. Instead, it's an offensive foul on Kelly Olynyk. Trae Young, floater, no good. Okongwu can't tip in the rebound. Reza Shea has it now. Jalen Johnson, handoff. Fake handoff, then pulls up for three. Doesn't go on the rebound. Olynyk fighting for it, can't come away with it again, and eventually Reza Shea is fouled. He's going to head to the free throw line. So, yeah, right now, the Hawks are a big, long team. And right now, the backup center for the Raptors is Kelly Olynyk. They're being a little bit burned by his lack of size right now. At least in that sequence there. So I'm not sure how you combat that because Bruno's not available. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do. There's no backup center on the roster, which was not addressed in the offseason, which should have been. Like I said it many times, but no address there. Trae Young at the line. Was there a technical call to something? I wasn't paying attention for a sec. Yeah, I guess you could argue, like, why not just get Mobo those minutes in there, have two bigger guys on the floor at the same time to help with the rebounding? I think Mobo in some capacity in that lineup could help. As Olynyk checks out. So recognition that they need to get in a proper center in there. And Jakob Poeltl checks back into the game here. So it was a technical foul there. And the Hawks will have 3 free throws as a result. They nail all 3 and take the 11-point advantage. It was 9:38 to go in the second. So the Hawks are a fast-paced team, a higher scoring team. The Raptors a higher scoring defense because of how bad it is. Looking like another high-scoring game, this one. It's 42-31. There's still 9:28 to go in the second. I'll check the over-under pregame was 240, so the expectation was a lot of points in the pregame. The live total is actually, it looks like it's actually, okay, a little bit higher than that. But, yeah, anticipate a high-scoring game. I'm not really sure how much the Raptors can keep up with that, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Was Emmanuel Quickly injury prone in the Knicks? I don't believe so. He's just been unlucky, man. He falls really hard on his back and injures his fucking pelvis and then tears his UCL. Like, really unlucky with injuries. It's not like a hammy's just pulling every now and then. Like, these are freak injuries. I said the same thing about Barnes when all his injuries were happening. Matthews to Okongwu. Matthews gets it back. Reverse layup doesn't go. Rebound eventually falls in the hands of Barnes. Moving forward with the Raptors down 9. Grady Dick in the corner to Walter. Pump fake, steps inside, and his pass is stolen. Another turnover by the Raptors. Those cross-court passes are just consistently getting picked off by this very lengthy Hawks team. They're just finding those passing lanes and taking away those passes. It's 13 turnovers for the Raptors already in this game. The Raptors are on pace for something around 40 turnovers in tonight's game. Let me see how. Let's see. We've played 15 minutes, 13 turnovers. So 13 divided by 15 minutes, just under 1 per minute, of course. Multiply that by a 40 game. The Raptors are on pace for 42 turnovers, 41.6. So we'll round up for fun. 42 turnovers the Raptors are on pace for in tonight's game, if my math is correct, and I'm confident that it is. As time ticks away, it'll go away. But the Raptors are on pace for roughly 40 turnovers based on how the game has gone so far. RJ to Grady. To RJ, he tried the lob, but it accidentally hit the rim, so it didn't even work out there. Grady Dick instead in the corner now. And it's then towards the rim and an offensive foul. I'll tell you what, guys. That's another turnover. Raptors turn it over on the offensive foul as Grady Dick is called for the charge. Record for most turnovers in a game. Now, I don't think that they will commit 40 turnovers in this game. However, they're on pace for that. The San Diego Warriors hold the NBA record for most turnovers in a game by team with 45 turnovers against the Celtics on March 9th, 1971. Since 2009-2010, the most turnovers in a game by an NBA team is 30. When the Portland Trailblazers committed 30 against the Clippers on October 25th, 2021. So the NBA record is 45. The modern record is 30. Records are meant to be broken. I tell you what, in the Darko Rajakovic era, the Raptors have broken a lot of records. So, negative ones. But they've broken a lot of records. Grady Dick throws it down. A little bit of emphasis on that to try and spark the Raptors back into life here. Raptors are well and truly on pace to get to 30 today. I think they'll clean it up a little bit at some point, but they're well and truly above the pace to have the modern record for turnovers in a game. Let's see. Here's a list of the most turnovers by a team in NBA games. So, 2009, 2010 onwards, the record is the Trailblazers at 30. So, a lot of these were in the 80s and 70s. Modern record is 30. as we saw, but I don't have access to those stats. How far? I don't have access to the complete list there because I don't pay for StatMuse. What is the most? Who commits the most turnovers in the NBA this season? Utah commit. It looks like the most in the league this season. Toronto are 25th in turnovers, so bottom 6. They commit 16.2 a game. The Utah Jazz commit 17.8 turnovers per game. Remember the Raptors were like the best in turnover categories? That was a good time. Don't worry, Maura. I got you. We have, I think we have 13 turnovers at the moment. Or 14 it would be now, I think, with that offensive foul. We have 14 turnovers. And we have a super chat here. Amazing. Another super chat has come in from Gregory. Thank you so much, Gregory. Very much appreciate that. What an amazing month for the channel. But part of the reason why it's been so amazing is the phenomenal support from Gregory, one of our 12 months members, sending in 20 Canadian for that one, saying some champagne for you and your girlfriend. Me and my fiance, actually. But yes, some champagne for me and my girlfriend. Thank you so much, Gregory, for sending that in. Very much appreciated once again. And there will be some champagne consumed on New Year's Eve. Among some other things, I'm having an event. Somebody is bringing champagne. However, this will go towards some food for the party. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gregory, again. Remember we thought that Markkinen was going to turn the Jazz to contenders? I don't know if that ever was a thing. Lauri Markkinen is very good. I don't know if we ever thought the Jazz would become contenders because of him. No, the Jazz are not. They've not gone up. They have not gotten better and better, which is, I guess, the expectation is like like a video game. Your team just gets better and better and better and better, but that's not the case in reality. Sometimes success is not linear, as Masai Ujiri has said. Are Darko's lineups like this on purpose? Imran, sometimes so obviously not, but a lot of people do tend to ask, or whenever I criticize Darko, there tends to be the rebuttals that he's purposely making them worse for the tank, which the fact, obviously, that's not the case. So the fact that people even think that is a real indication of how they believe Darko is the head coach. Darko, at times, is such a bad coach that it has conned part of the fan base into believing that he is bad on purpose to make the team lose. So our coach, who is trying to make this team win basketball games, has done so poorly at his job at times that fans think he is making them worse on purpose. Think about that, guys. Michael Boylan said, "I'm older than you. In my days, Jazz were always good." I grew up with my first investment to basketball. The Jazz were always the team that were not good enough to win, but were always, like a 4 or 5 seed, but would never win a playoff series. They were that purgatory team. I will say at this point with the NBA where it's at, I don't love the tanking era that we're in with so many just horrific teams in the league. But what I do like is that, like previously, like the Jazz always finished 4th or 5th. It was like, man, this team is never going to win anything. It really does feel like the top 4 teams in each conference are like seriously good basketball teams, maybe even top 5 are truly competitive teams. Like Dallas got to the final last year, the 5 seed. But they did. Like Minnesota were 3 seed, were really good. There's not as much top tier superpowers like maybe previous years. However, there is one in the NBA right now, that is the Boston Celtics. But I kind of feel like there's more really good teams than before. Maybe I'm wrong. Jamal Shed knocking down a 3 there. He seems to get like 1 a game, which is pretty good. Why does Grady give 3 boards? Because it's just bouncing to him. It's in the area. Wallace doesn't go for the Hawks. Rebound to Pirtle. Raptors, despite their troubles, despite the record pace of turnovers, are in this game down by 7. A chance to shrink that lead even further here. Was that another turnover? Sorry, I glanced away a sec. Did we just turn it over again? 16 turnovers to the Raptors. Brown, ladies and gentlemen. The Raptors committed 16 turnovers, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. They're only down by 5. So, they're playing well, but they've committed 16 turnovers. They are currently, we have the exact amount of time here. 5 minutes left in the second. So, we've played 19 minutes of this game. 16 turnovers in 19 minutes is roughly 0.84 turnovers per minute. If we multiply that over a 48-minute game, the Raptors are currently on pace for not an NBA record of turnovers. However, they are on pace still for more than 40 turnovers in this game. The modern record in 2021 was set by the Portland Trailblazers of 30, and the Raptors are well and truly on pace to smash that record. But they have a chance to put themselves on an all-time list today with their poor passing, poor handling, and offensive fouls. Do I think developing multiple players can equate to wins? Oh, like working on connections between guys and two guys playing well together. I mean, yeah, it can equate to wins. I remember the playoff year for the Raptors, the 5-seed year in 2021, 2022. Yeah. Achua and Boucher seemed to play really well together off the bench, and that certainly contributed to more success for the bench lineups. How much that'll impact this year, I'm not so sure. I don't know. But Bruce Brown is doing okay here. He's come in. He hasn't looked like this is his first game of the season, I would say. Looking the part, had a really nice dunk earlier on. And Bruce Brown himself, up to 8 points in this game. He's 4 of 6. He's got a turnover, but who doesn't today for the Raptors? 16 turnovers in total here. What crazy, crazy statistic. 16 turnovers already for the Raptors. Now, granted, the Hawks have committed 9, which is quite a lot for this time as well, but why did the Raptors ever wear a green jersey, man? How ridiculous was that? Good start for Bruce Brown here. They're showing off that dunk, man. I mean, Bruno Fernando went crazy on the bench. Bruno Fernando seems like a great guy. I'm not sure he will be under contract with the Raptors in a month's time, but he likes it here. It looks like he likes the group. And I continue to say, an area in which I've been super impressed with Darko Rajakovic, the coach, is the team and their togetherness and the upbeat nature of every game despite the losses, despite the 9-game losing streak. They have fun still. Do we have fun watching? Not always. The team has a lot of fun. Hunter, wow. Tough turnaround 2 over Abaji, and it ends the run. 51-44 now. Grady Dick for 3. Over top the defender. Doesn't go. Shed nearly got a rebound over Capella there, but didn't quite happen. On the other side, a bit of a hole on defense is exposed, and Capella's fouled as he inevitably would have gotten a 2-point dunk there. Pirtle fouls him instead and will send him to the line. The right way to go about it. Did I watch the Birds, the Raptors, Part 1 on ESPN? So not yet, actually. I would like to watch. I hope it becomes available on... If it's ESPN, that's great because that's Disney. Hopefully it becomes available on Disney Plus rather than ESPN Plus. And hopefully I'll be able to watch the whole thing. Yakova's 3 fouls already. Wow. That's not good. When you have no backup center against a really big team and your starting center is in 3 fouls in the first half, That's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, Marcus, I agree with you. 53-44 here. I thought it was Sportsnet as well, but the comment there said ESPN. Oh, maybe it is Sportsnet, in which case I don't know where I'm going to watch it. Maybe I'll be on demand on Sportsnet now, which would be good for me. Barrett. How much does Masai get paid? The players get paid so much more, right? Why is man worried about how much they've paid to Masai? I think Masai makes like 14-ish. Five-year, $15 million annual salary. So he makes $15 million. It's a lot for an executive, for or a person in his position. It's a lot for that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Rogers got the money to do it, but they feel like a guy who's making like $5 million a year can do just as good of a job. They'll probably go in that direction, won't they? I don't know. I'd be interested in what a new regime would look like, but as much as I've been a little upset with Masai Ujiri the last few years as a whole, it's scary to think about. Like, you look at teams like Sacramento, who have like no idea what they're doing, and think, and we know what Masai Ujiri is capable of, right? We know what he can do. So a fresh start sounds intriguing, but it also is worrying because we know what Masai Ujiri can do. We don't know what we'd get ourselves into with another person coming in and doing that job, right? Yeah, look at the Bulls. Yeah, like there's a competent organization out there. Thankfully, as much as we have struggled in the last few years, there hasn't been an innate level of incompetency about this team that does exist on other teams. Grady Dick, wide open corner three, and the threes are just not falling for Grady Dick tonight so far. I don't think, he's 0 of 2 from 3. 2 of 7 from the field. Struggling here. How did my door just close? How did my door just open? Hey, buddy. My dog must have closed it. I closed it. What are you doing, buddy? Sorry about that. Grady Dick knocking down a bucket. 6 points for him now. 57-47. Seems to fire Masai. He's got another year on his contract. I wouldn't fire him. Maybe a conversation at the end of his contract, but clearly there's a plan in motion to what they want to do. They hit the full reset. They moved on from Siakam and Anunoby. They've got assets to work with. They've got a good draft to work with, a good draft pick. Now, if there's anything you can usually count on with Masai Ujiri and this front office, is to get it right on draft night. They've had some bad ones for sure, but so consistently they've gotten the draft very right. And the Raptors are going to have a very high pick in this draft, likely. There's not really anybody I'd rather have going through that process than Masai Ujiri's front office, Bob Webster, Dan Tolzman, the whole lot. So I definitely wouldn't fire them at this point. But rightful to criticize what they've done in the last few years. Kind of digging themselves out of it a little bit, but a long way to go still. Can you pay your front office as much as you want? I actually don't know how it works, but I think so. It doesn't count towards the cap or anything, so I don't see why not, right? Surprise Sam Presti out of OKC. I don't think Sam Presti's spent all that time building up a juggernaut of a team to just leave and join the Raptors. Masai Ujiri's salary is around $4.5 million, but with equity element and shares, he makes around $15 million. I don't really know how that works, but what I read, he signed for $15 million average annual salary. 61.50 for the Hawks. Barnes the line for the Raptors makes it a 10-point game. 2:07 to go in the second quarter, and the Raptors they've fallen way off the record pace for turnovers here. They haven't committed a turnover in an incredible 3 minutes of basketball here. They're still on 16 turnovers here, as Grady Dick called for the foul against Trae Young. That is Grady's second. But it's a bonus situation, so extra free throws for a very good free throw shooter in Trae Young. Free throws for Trae Young are good. Barnes to Abaji. Back to Barnes. Tries to get the entry pass into Abaji. It's tipped out by Atlanta. And what would have been another turnover. But it's out of bounds for a Raptors ball. And they're going to challenge. Bronny's out of the league in 4 years. Maybe 2 years, man. As soon as LeBron's out of the league, Bronny might be done. So Hawks are challenging here. If they do win the challenge, it will be Toronto's 17th turnover. It'll be Scotty Barnes' 4th turnover individually. Now, Barnes is doing fine when he's not turning the ball over. He's 5 of 7 with 12 points, but he's turning the ball over a lot today. So he pick up Lonnie Walker. I'm pretty far past wanting Lonnie Walker. That's not a guy that's changing your team. How old is Lonnie Walker at this point? Lonnie Walker's got to be like 24 by now. What just happened? All my am I still live? All my tabs just crashed. Are we still live? Looks like we're still live. Sorry, all my tabs just crashed right now. All right. Lonnie Walker. Sorry. So we have a replay here finally. Looks like it's off Abaji. Okay, here's a better angle now. So hit Abaji and did it hit Johnson as well? Can't quite tell, but I'm sure they will have the angle to get this one correct. Lonnie Walker's 26. Yeah, it's over, bro. Like, we don't need that. Markelle Fultz, an interesting one. Is he still a free agent? Wow. Markelle Fultz is a fine player. That's pretty astonishing that he doesn't have a contract still. I mean, there's no point in the Raptors getting him because, like, why play him over, like, Jamal Shed? So, successful challenge off of Baji. So, it's the Raptors' 17th turnover here. Yeah, I don't want Fultz, but I'm surprised that no other team has decided to have Markelle run the backup unit. I'd be a little surprised if Fultz went the full season without a team. Like, he did not put up, like... I know he's not the first overall pick, Markelle Fultz, but did he not put up, like, pretty good numbers last year with the Magic? I'm pretty sure he did. 7.8 points on 47% shooting. Yeah, all right. Well, last year wasn't his best. Started 18 games, though. I guess it's just tough to, like, justify a roster spot for a guy who's not spacing the floor or playing great defense. You know what I mean? So, if a team's got, like, a point guard injury, they need a backup, maybe they give him some sort of a contract. But, yeah, it is a shame. Fultz not a team because he wants a lot of money to be back corner. I'll tell you, minimum is better than no money. What if he could go to Europe and play well? I feel like he could do well in Europe if he chooses to go that route. Go to Europe, play competitive ball. You know, your three-pointers aren't as huge of a deal there. Fine. So, like, Kemba Walker has gone to Europe, and I don't know if he's still there, but was playing well last year. Enjoyed the competitiveness. Wonder if Fultz can do the same. 64-51 for the Hawks as Capella misses the free throw. Reminder, this game was a pick'em at post. So the Raptors came to this game with a theoretical 50% chance of winning. And the turnovers have hampered that from happening, as well as some poor defense and some poor lineups, really. Grady Dick fires a pass underneath to Boucher. It's fouled. It's foul, so we head to the line. We talk about Lonnie Walker because Underdog NBA is posting about Lonnie Walker. Potential suitors for Lonnie Walker include the Sixers, the Wolves, the Heat, the Nuggets, and Celtics. Walker can be bought out of his EuroLeague contract before February 18th. So Lonnie Walker has gone the European route. I guess he's doing okay. And some top quality NBA teams are looking at him as somebody who could come help them win. Interesting. Johnson underneath the rim. Kick out to an open Krejci. Now Hunter. Out to Johnson. Slow rotation. Johnson open for three. Doesn't go. Rebound Boucher. Shot clock, game clock separated by about 12.5 seconds as Barrett brings it forward. Defended by Hunter. Tough shot, but got it. Trims the lead down to single digits for the time being. 24 seconds to go. Shot clock, game clock separated by about 5. Another stop, another make might make it a lot more interesting for the second half. Trae Young. Doubles come. Now it's Barnes defending to Krejci. Shot clock at 4. Johnson blocked by Olynyk, who has the rebound. 3 seconds. Boucher fires away to 3 at the buzzer and connects at the buzzer. Chris Boucher celebrating with the Raptors fans. The big bucket right at the end of the half. Put that on the highlight reel. Get that trade value up, baby. Chris Boucher makes it a lot more of a respectable 6-point deficit going into the half. And psychologically, that might help the Raptors out a ton in that locker room. Nice play there by Chris Boucher. Good stuff there by the Raptors. Good fight back. They've had their issues, particularly in the turnover category. But they're keeping in this game because their offense is flowing. 58% shooting. They're shooting 58% from the field. They're losing by 6 at halftime because they can't keep the ball. They committed 17 turnovers. They're on pace for a modern record of 30. 31 would be the modern record. They're on pace for 34 at the half. The Hawks have only scored 14 points off of those turnovers, though, because they have just not been very efficient tonight at 44%. The Raptors, 58% field, not quite there from 3 at 27%. The Hawks have hit 8 threes, partially why as well they've maintained this advantage. But usually it's the Raptors who get the extra possessions and don't do enough with it. Today, it's the other way around. Over to the box score from the game today. Barnes, perhaps the main enemy in the turnovers. He's committed 4. Otherwise, it's been a solid game. He's 5 of 7 with 12 points. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal to go with it. RJ Barrett's 4 of 8 with 11 points. Kind of quietly going about his business today, I would say. Grady Dick with 6 points. Wasn't his best in that first half. We'll see if he can pick it up in the second half for the Raptors. Pirtle had Toronto's first basket of the game and has not scored since. He's got 2 points, 2 blocks, 2 rebounds. He's in foul trouble, but just not enough involvement there for him. Raptors should try and rectify that. Bruce Brown leads the Raptors in plus minus with 9. He's 4 of 6 for 8 points, including a pretty high flying dunk. So he's back playing well. Walter only 4 minutes here. I want to see more minutes for Jacoby Walter, please. That's the guy you got to work on the development with. That's the guy I want to see more minutes being afforded to. Chris Boucher, 6 of 6 from the line and hit that buzzer beater 3. Good for him to get on 9 points. Over to the Hawks, Trae Young. He's a Raptor killer, man. I don't think you can classify a player as a Raptor killer when they're as good of a player as Trae Young is. But as stars go, this is a Raptor killer. Trae Young has a knack for producing against this Raptors team. He's plus 15 in this game. He's got 17 points. He's 4 of 11. And he's 4 of 8 from 3. He's 0 of 3 on 2. He's 4 of 8 from 3, though, and he has 5 free throws, 6 assists. Quality player. Jalen Johnson being kept at bay. Here's a guy averaging like 20, 10, 5, 1, and 1. And so far, 4 points, 1 assist, 0 rebound for Jalen Johnson is pretty remarkable. He does have 4 steals, though. It's easy to get that many steals when the Raptors are handed to you so often, though, I might suggest. 7 points with the first overall pick, Zachary Rizache. And 17. This is a quiet. I don't know if I've been sleeping or what. 17 halftime points for DeAndre Hunter. He's 7 of 8 from the field. He has been a big part of this Hawks defense. And, yeah, he's showcasing it there. Wow. Yeah, just keep it close season. We're doing that so far, guys. We're doing that. We've also today, guys, hit 18,000 subscribers. Appreciate everybody who has supported the channel by getting us to 18,000. I appreciate all of you. Now we're on the road to 19,000 subs. Let's get a head start on the road to 20K in 2025 by subscribing now if you're new to the channel. I stream for most of these Raptors games. I pretty much do all of them. I miss 1 or 2 here and there, but I pretty much do all of them. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I also do videos about the Raptors, but most importantly, make sure you guys have hit that like button if you're enjoying the stream. Take a second out of your day to do just that. All right, guys. Let's do the Pirtle, as I so often do on these streams. I've been pretty good. I've run pretty hot on the Pirtles lately. Let's see if I can do it today. We also should do our All-Star vote because I haven't done that yet. I will do that as well. NBA All-Star voting is up. Let's really try and get a Raptor in. Get the votes in. Let's get a Raptor in the All-Star game. Give us a little bit of something to celebrate. Like having Barnes in it last year felt good. I'll do that as well at halftime here. But let's jump into the Pirtle here. All right. I typically start with Mikal Bridges because I think he's a middle-of-the-pack type of player. And we do land the Eastern Conference. We do land a player who is a former New York Knick. We have a forward who used to play for the New York Knicks, who is not in the Atlantic Division, so it won't be a Raptors player. So we have a Sixer, a Net, or a South. Oh, no, it's not in the Atlantic Division. So, sorry. We have Central Division or Southeast Division. They're above 6'6", under 20. So what threw me off last time I did one of these, I did Bridges. The player was it had like the yellow on forward, but was above 6'6". So my assumption was this player was a forward center. In fact, it was Nick Batum, who was 6'8" guard forward. That threw me off. However, if this player is at least 6'9", I'd be quite shocked if we are dealing with a guard. Well, we're doing the forward. We don't have to worry about positions. What am I saying? Anyways, a former New York Knick. Not in the Atlantic. So I was thinking like maybe Porzingis here. We're dealing with a player who's 26 or 27 years old. So he wouldn't. So he would have to have been the Knicks relatively recently. I'm trying. This could be Obi Toppin. Oh, it's what he does. It's what he does, baby. we have some of these good runs on this show. It has been in the door shot this season, but tell you what, the Pirtle, we are starting to lock it down a little bit. We're starting to lock it down. I think I think I'm at my I understand it now phase here. Oh, the chat got it before. Look at that. Trip in the chat got it before me, it looks like. Well, actually, you know what? Last one I couldn't guess Batum. But I did the one before, get it in 4, and the one before that I got it in 2. So, yeah, I've been running pretty well here, I would say. Does it have my stats here? Guess distribution. This is not true. Have I been playing this many that long? So I do get it in 2, like, decently often, I suppose. I don't normally... I think if I don't get it here, I just don't get it at all. Because, like, by this point, I'm not going to get it. Or else, because I have all the correct information. But, hey, pretty good. Never got in 1. That's not true. I did get in 1, I think, one time. Anyways. There we go. Bang, in 2. Let's do our All-Star vote. Make sure you guys do your All-Star vote as well. In fact, I will put that in the chat so you guys do your All-Star vote. And check out the merch, by the way, guys. We have a... Well, to celebrate 18,000 subs, we have maybe don't buy your merch today. Maybe wait a couple days and then get your merch. But, hey, you want to check out the merch, look over here. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Send me a message and queue up the merch that you want. All right, let's do our All-Star vote. So we're going to get Raptors in, for sure. Eastern Conference. Yeah, RJ Barrett. Yeah, we'll put Scotty Barnes. I don't think I can bring myself to put any other Raptors player at the forwards. Oh, you know what? Front court, I could definitely put Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl's played good basketball. Chris Boucher would be quite the player to vote for. How far do I have to go here? Where is Poeltl? I feel like Poeltl should be higher up. Yeah, here he is. Okay, I just missed him. Poeltl. Yeah. Guards. I can't put Emmanuel Quickly. Let's actually try and vote here. I think Trae Young on a year-to-year basis is disrespected and doesn't get the accolades he deserves. So I will give him a nod there. Otherwise, I think LaMelo Ball falls into the same category of just not getting enough. Do I not vote for Grady Dick though? LaMelo Ball. Let's give Grady Dick his vote. I can't vote Quickly. He's not played in enough games. I'm sorry, Quick. Does my one vote go to Trae Young, though? I get one vote, and I put on Trae Young. Yeah, I will. All right, let's go to the West. Now I'm going to, actually try vote. Guys who should be an all-star, like Schengen should be an all-star. Get him in. Well, I don't know about this year. He should have been one last year, but I'll give him my vote. On top of that, I'm not going to vote for any of these guys. LeBron's going to start, so Zion. Imagine voting Zion. Imagine voting Randall. Julius fucking Randall. He's so bad. Very, very bad. Man, I don't really love anybody here. All right. I'll vote Jaren Jackson, and I will... Jokic's best player in the league. I will give Jokic an extra vote here. For the guards in the West, again, looking for guys that won't get a ton of the votes. Oh, man, Norman Powell. Yeah. Let's get Norman. Man, imagine Norman Powell in the All-Star game. Wow. That'd be a lot of fun. Guys, when you do vote for your... All-Star ballots, get Norman your ballot. That'd be so awesome to get Norman Powell into the All-Star game. We are not going to vote for DeMar DeRozan. We are not going to vote for Jalen Green. Absolutely not. We are not voting for Dennis Schroeder. DeJounte Murray might be lowest on my list of guys I want to vote for. Brett VanVleet I'm not going to vote for either. I'll give Ja Morant a vote. Yeah, we go Ja. We'll give respect to the Memphis Grizzlies for what they're doing right now, and we will lock that in. Let's get off that screen. Let's sign in and get this submitted. Submit that. I'm not a robot. I promise I'm not a robot, guys. That's the second time it asked. There we go. The All-Star ballot is in. And look at that. You can post it on your story so easily. All-Star ballot in the books. Get yours in as well. If we got a Raptor in, it would make me feel a lot better about the season, just because of how bad it's been. We get a little something out, like Barnes made it last year. You know, we got the cool merch. I got the Barnes Casey Bamman All-Star jersey up on my wall here behind my amazing white T-shirt as part of the amateur merch. Make sure you shop. Sizes are still out, and we've hats as well. So get your merch. Send me a message about the merch today. But we'll hook you up. Later this week was a little something, guys. So we've been thinking about getting merch. We're gonna celebrate 18K with a little something this week. A little something. What's going on in the NFL? I still cannot believe the fucking Giants won today. Years and years and years, potentially, of their future sacrificed so Drew Lock could look good for potential suitors in the offseason. Sad. Wow, Minnesota. Cheeky little win against the Packers by 2. Did they score late for that one? Oh, no, Green Bay almost made a late comeback. Fell short at the buzzer, pretty much. Yeah. Good win for the Vikings. Wow. What a strange team, the Vikings. 13-2. How with Sam Darnold? How did they do it, man? How did they fucking do it? All right. Second half should be underway any minute now. Getting kind of hungry. I look forward to a snack after this. Problem is, I ate so much this week because of Christmas, and then I got into the habit of eating a lot less, and I've lost some weight. But I ate a lot over the holidays because I'm like, fuck it, let's enjoy this week. Now I need to get back down to eating less, which is proved to be a challenge today. But it's otherwise been a pretty healthy day for myself. Okay, about to load back up here. Second half is about to begin. Get locked in, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you've hit that like button if you've not done so already. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're not done that, because we're on the road to 19,000 subs now after hitting 18,000 tonight. What a day! What a time! 2 days to go in 2024. We've hit another milestone. Amazing. All right, guys. Second half underway. Jakob Poeltl blocked but fouled by Clint Capella, and he will be heading to the free throw line. Poeltl on the free throw gets to go. $64-59. So Raptors were down, I think it was 63-51 near the end of that first half. And a nice flurry at the end has them back in the game. A buzzer beater 3 by Boucher. And now opening up the second half with a couple free throws. Raptors are in this one. Despite the 17 turnovers, it's 64-60. Johnson. All right, Reza Shea, that was. Got to the rim and finished. Opens up the 6-point lead again. Decently high-scoring game to be expected with the Hawks and the Raptors' poor defense in action. Grady Dick for 3. Doesn't go. Hasn't hit one yet tonight, but Poeltl on the glass, gets the job done, and puts it back for 2 for the Raptors. 66-62. Trae Young off the screen. Cross-court pass. Wow. Reza Shea for 3. Wow. Wow. That was a fantastic pass by Trae Young. Basketball's too quick to dwell on that, but man, what a pass by Trae Young. I hope they show a replay of that. Just over his head, cross court, right into Reza Shea's shooting pocket. Here he is. Defenders all over him. What a pass, man. Oh, my God. That's special right there. That's special. Jalen Johnson at the line now for the Hawks. And, it's just a 4-point game. Now it's 8. Things change quickly, you know? Barnes moving forward. Defended by Johnson. Now Pirtle. To Abaji for 3. Doesn't go. Rebound in the hands of Johnson. Once again. Here's Krejci. Back to Johnson. Trae Young. Pass the screen. Dumps it off to Johnson, who lays it in. 10-point game. Timeout, Darko Rajakovic. It's 8-2 run by the Hawks. And Raptors want a second to talk it over here. Well, at least we are 100 seconds into the second half. The Raptors haven't turned it over yet, so that's good. They were on historic pace earlier on. They've fallen off that historic pace. 7 turnovers in the first 5 minutes. I think it was 6 turnovers in the first 90 seconds. But we're doing a little bit better in the turnover category at this point. We shall see if that remains. 64 viewers here, 36 likes. Let's get this stream to 50 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 50 likes on today's stream. Share your support. Help us find some new viewers. Help drive some of the YouTube algorithm. And we can get on our way to 19,000 subscribers at some point in the year, hopefully. And hopefully at some point in the year we get to 20,000. But, hey, we'll take it one at a time here. I think a fun goal is 19,800 because that is the capacity of Scotiabank Arena. And we could say we've got enough subscribers to fill up the Scotiabank Arena. One day, I hope we can get to that point and do something fun like that. But New Year coming, same channel. Nothing. We're going to keep on trudging along. We're doing well. Good content, I think, is coming out. I'm at a pretty good place mentally with the content at the moment. After really scaling back the operation a little bit, it's helped me enjoy it a lot more. But on the game here, Raptors have scaled back things this season for sure, from a win-loss standpoint. And hopefully it is a fruitful endeavor. Unlike my fucking New York Giants, who sold the tank by winning today. Oh, boy. We need more talent on the team. We do. And tanking will help ensure the possibility of that happening, I'd say. Bruce Brown and the Fang. Wow. Imagine that. Probably only showing people at the game. There we go. Anybody get any cool Raptors stuff over the Christmas period? Perhaps you celebrate. Perhaps you got a Raptors gift. I got this hat, which is fantastic, for my sister. I don't think I got any other Raptors gear. All right, back from the timeout. Tough little sequence there. 8-2 run by the Hawks has them up by 10. They've just kept us at bay the entire game. I'm not sure the Raptors have led tonight. Don't think they have. Yeah, the Raptors have not led tonight at all. The Hawks took the lead and not relinquished it since. Pirtle getting a lot more involved in the second half thus far. And He throws it down there. 72-64. Amdar says, I got a Raptors hoodie for my brother, which was fun. That's great. Love me a Raptors hoodie. I got one last year. I still wear it. Another turnover by the Raptors. There we go. First to the second half. That's 18 turnovers by Toronto in this one. If the Hawks can clean up their shooting, they are going to blow out the Raptors because the Raptors have turned the ball over double the amount of times as that the Hawks have had, 9-18 in that category. But the Raptors have shot so efficiently that it's kept them in the game. Now, the Hawks defense steps up a little, and the Hawks offense steps up a little. This could get ugly. On the contrary, if the Raptors can limit their turnovers and continue to play like this, they are going to get back and possibly win this game. Trae Young drawing the foul and going to head to the line and try and make it a 10-point game. Itchy. Four fouls now on Abaji. That's not very good. Trae Young free throw is good there. Abaji isn't a good defender. I definitely disagree. I think Abaji is a good defender. Not just from the effort. I think Abaji is a good defender. Trae Young nails both free throws as he commonly does. It's a 10-point game again. Oh, Raptors gifts. Another turnover there by Barnes. Good grief. Making us pay there. Another timeout by Darko. I got this for Chris too. Swarbell. It's quite nice. The letters are coming off though already. I've only had it like a couple weeks. I feel like that wasn't supposed to happen. Jen Johnson's on the ground here. I hope he's okay. However, why did we call a timeout when they would have called a timeout for the injury? I don't know. He just bumped into Reza Shea there. They bonked heads. Reza Shea's front of the head collided with Johnson's back of the head. Hopefully he's okay. Walking off now. Hopefully just an impact injury, nothing more severe. The Raptors down by 12 now after the latest of turnovers. 19 committed in the game by the Raptors now. And that's, in particular, the 5th on Scotty Barnes. A lot of turnovers for Barnes in recent stretch, and a lot here today. He could go for like 8 or 9 turnovers at this rate. Please have Shed run the point. You do sacrifice a bit of offense there, but I hope Emmanuel quickly comes back soon. That's what I'll say about this. I wonder about a certain point, like, do you switch some of the ball handling load towards RJ Barrett? Because something's not quite clicking, at least today, for Barnes. This is a strange commercial. Weird. Anyways. The Hawks have not punished us off these turnovers quite to the extent they could have. They have 18 points off of our 19 turnovers. Raptors have 11 points off of Atlanta's 9 turnovers. So Atlanta have not quite made enough of that edge for the turnover category, but still good for the 12-point advantage despite not shooting tremendously. Yeah, I just think like Barrett was really good with the ball in his hand. I just think a little bit of switching it up, getting Barrett involved, could be a fruitful endeavor considering Barnes' struggles right now, just in this game in particular. Look, it's a tough team. It's a good defensive team. It's a long team in Atlanta. They're making life difficult. But we are out from the timeout. Shed is in the game with RJ Barrett, Barnes. Bruce Brown is checked in as well, and Jakob Poeltl remains in the game. I kind of like the lineup. It's not quite enough shooting for my liking. I think you always got to have a shooter out there, but Barnes with a steal. Make up the plus minus in that category from his personal standpoint. Brown, short floater, doesn't go. Poeltl trying to wrestle the rebound away from Capella, but it's tied up for a jump ball. When do I think we will win next? I think we play Brooklyn soon. We will be favored in that game at home. I know we lost to them already recently at home, but we get them again at home. I think we will beat them in that game, which is might be the next game. Nope, Boston away on New Year's Eve, and then Brooklyn at home on New Year's Day. That is our schedule. Damn, you get Brooklyn the second night of back-to-back, though. That makes it tougher, but let's say that day still. I think they still will be favored that day as guys are getting healthy. I mean, they are borderline favorite for this game tonight, if you'd believe it. And then that'll be the last win for a while again. Not a lot of wins coming up for the Raptors here. Trae Young, deep three. Wow. That's a real annoying one for your defense to give up. I mean, can't really do much about that. Just Trae Young being specials. Barnes, short two, doesn't go. Trae Young, other side again, has space. Dumps it off to Reza Shea in the corner. And does not go for it on the three. Rebound, Capella nearly comes down with it, but RJ Barrett fouls him. It's a loose ball foul and a Hawks ball at the side. Wow. Yeah. Trae Young just getting Jamal Shead a little lost there. That's tough, man. Capella handoff to Reza Shea. Thought about the three instead. Tries to pass it. Loses his handle briefly. Gets it back. Finds Trae Young. Passes in the corner to Krejci for three as the shot clock nearly expires. Doesn't go. Rebound Barnes and wraps our way again. Barnes handling. Johnson defending. Poeltl coming up for a screen. Not going to use it. Instead goes to the corner for Barrett for three. And RJ Barrett knocks one down and restores the 10-digit disadvantage. The 10-point disadvantage. The double digit, but nearly single digits. And the Raptors maybe doing something here. They get the steal. Another turnover by the Hawks now. Bruce Brown kicks out to Barrett. He just made a three. Why not a second one? Oh, way off in the second one. My goodness. Barnes has some space, though. And got caught in two minds there. Thought about the three. Pump faked, drove, and is called for the travel. So an emphasis is now going towards Scotty Barnes to not shoot threes, it would seem, because he had been taking 7 or 8 3-pointers a game. In this scenario, I mean, I think you got to shoot that. A catch-and-shoot shot from the top of the key. I personally think that's A-okay to take, but something's changed here. He's only taken 1 3-pointer tonight, so perhaps some conversations have gone on behind the scenes to take away that part of his game. Interestingly, Bruce Brown on the full court pass. What a pass there. I think it was Barnes with the full court pass and lays it in. Raptors have scored 13 points off Atlanta's turnovers compared to 20 points by Atlanta off of our turnovers. Reza Shea to Krejci. Now Trae Young, open corner three. Man, to be good enough to know it's going to go in when the ball leaves your hands is pretty special. Trae Young, corner three from the Raptors bench. Before it even went in, he's already looking back at the Raptors bench. Is he going to hit another one here? Doesn't go this time. Rebound to Reza Shea, though. Back to Trae Young. Trae Young's in a mismatch here. He's got Poeltl defending. Bruce Brown, good call coming for the double, but nobody rotates out to Krejci, who drives to the rim rather easily. And, that's a bit of a lax defense there by Barnes. Then he turns it over on the other side. And all of a sudden, what was a close game is far from it. It's 88-71. Just like that, Barnes has committed 7 turnovers tonight. 7. He's a minus 24, the worst in this game. And the Raptors are down by 17 now. It has gotten away from us. Absolutely. It is well and truly gotten away from us here. Some pretty lax defense there from Barnes, and other end, he loses the handle once again. Not a great sequence there for him or for the Raptors. And it seems like a long time ago where they were down 64-60. Yeah, nice little spurt end of the half, but like I said, if the Hawks start to finish with a bit more efficiency, they're gonna run away with this game, and that's what's happening here. The Hawks up to 48% shooting from the field. The Raptors themselves, they've come down a little bit shooting-wise. They were never going to shoot 58% for the entire game, but down to 52 and just not hitting enough threes as well. We've played 2.5 quarters of basketball. The Raptors have just 4 3-pointers made. To contrast, the Hawks have made 11. Trae Young himself has made 6 of them. A lot of work to do here. Trae Young's got 27 points. He's on pace for 40 plus tonight. Could be trouble for Toronto. Bruce Brown, corner 3, big shot. Oh, I'll give it to him. 5th 3 of the game for the Raptors. Had a quick look at the Hawks bench there. I'm not sure what he could be saying. It's actually a 2 there, so not even one of our 3s. It's a long 2 with a toe in the line. Krejci to Hunter. Look at this ball movement here. Wallace back to Hunter, who had a huge first half. Doesn't get it going here. Misses the 3. Raptors down 15. Shed to Brown for 3 again. This one doesn't go. Rebound falls in Pirtle's lap, who gets Brown, who's cutting to the rim, who misses the layup. Good look there for Brown. Doesn't go. Other side, Hunter to the rim. Cannot finish, but Okongwu tips in the rebound, and it's back to a 17-point game. The Hawks probably going to have 100 points before the end of the third quarter as Pirtle's pocket is picked. Okongwu will throw it down. It is a 19-point game. The energy sucked out of the building here. Yeah, and Rig Pop, I agree. It is getting into sad territory here. Raptors, who were in a pick'em, a 50-50, betting-wise before this game began, are well and truly off the pace now, down by 19. Still 4:11 to go in the third quarter on top of all this. So it could get even uglier. And the Raptors gave up 155 points. Sorry. We can see 155 points last game. It's going to be 120. Boss, it's going to be... The Hawks are going to have like 105 at the end of this quarter. They're going to have 130 in this game. Man, this team cannot get stops. Doesn't help when... they've gone up. They just turned the ball over like crazy today as well. Hasn't been horrific on defense, but the Raptors are the worst of the two teams. They're turning the ball over too much. Down by 19 here. Can they mount a fight back? Can they get back in the game? There's still 16 minutes of basketball to be played. Let's not count them out just yet, huh? Myself included. We won't count them out just yet. Olynyk makes his free throws. It's 92-75. Krejci to Okongwu. Now Hunter. Okongwu going up. And they're going to count it. And a chance for a three-point play here. It's a bad foul there, man, on Walt. Like, he's going to score through that. Cheap foul to give up. Free throw here for Okongwu. Can we trade Olynyk, or do you think he's worth him in the game? I mean, it's not really his fault. You're asking a non-rim protector to protect the rim against a big team. Not really Olynyk's fault. It's the team's fault for not having somebody else to play in that spot. Yeah, Aiden fam, I agree with you. I say this a lot. It's Barnes. Good timing makes the end one. But I agree with you. Barnes' energy is contagious on both ends, positively or negatively. He's got to set the example and set the tone for the game. And a little too frequently for my liking, he just doesn't. Obviously a terrific player, but too frequently, that contagious energy is not pointed in the right direction. Here he has a chance for a three-point play, though. An old-fashioned three-point play. And the game is back down to 17 again. 95-78. 3:25 to go in the third. Krejci's pass deflected away in the hands of Boucher. Now to Grady, but it hits his shin. And it's another turnover by the Raptors. And then Olynyk fouls Hunter underneath the rim. It is 23 turnovers for the Raptors. We are in dangerous territory, ladies and gentlemen. The modern record for turnovers in a game is 30 by the Portland Trailblazers in 2021. I'll pull up the list of turnovers here. So I don't have the full list because of fucking StatMuse paid thing, but $20 a month for StatMuse. Come on, man. From according to the Google AI, most turnovers by teams is 2010 is the Portland Trailblazers. Is that another turnover? Hunter for 3. Raptors down by 21. Atlanta's going to score like 130, 140 tonight. Yeah, this game's not fun to watch anymore. So as much as the team's bad, the Raptors. Let's see. The Raptors closed as favorites here? Yeah, at game time, the Raptors were favored slightly. It's the second time this season the Raptors have been favored in a game, and they're down by 20 in the third quarter. Yeah. How many turnovers? 23 turnovers. We are on pace to break the modern record for turnovers in a game. 2:20 to go. Barnes to Olynyk. How do you turn the ball over 23 times? You almost turn over again there. Olynyk looking for the and one. Doesn't go. Raptors down 19. It's 99-80. Fast break. I mean, can we not have Skyrim's point guard? At the moment, you don't really have a lot of choices. That's the thing. Olynyk at the line, making up some points again. 99-82. 17-point deficit again. Raptors, big story for me. 23 turnovers committed tonight. Another one there by the Hawks. That's 14 for the Hawks. Celtics on New Year's Eve at 3 p.m. A weird one. Inbound from Olynyk here. Barnes. Past half court. Driving again. Don't turn it over, please. Hunter defending. Barnes spinning off for two. He's had success with those tonight, but not here. Rebound to Capella. Or that's Okongwu, excuse me. And the Hawks back on offense. Okongwu to the rim. He's fouled by Boucher. And he's going to head to the line for the Hawks. They'll get on top of the 100-point mark inside the third quarter. Too often, Raptors are in that position. This is tough. What are scores, NFL? Yeah, good scores. Cleveland lost. That's not good. Giants sold today, man. Absolutely sold today. Wow, Congo misses both. So for the time being, we keep the Hawks under 100. Barnes to Walter in the corner. Boucher wide open for three. Does not connect. The rebound tied up here. Olynyk has it. It'll be called jump ball, man. It'll be a jump ball, I think. Not something. I think something's happened here. It would be a jump ball. They're still fighting at least, these guys. Oh, Kelly's trying to call a timeout while he had the ball there. And so apparently he didn't have possession. It's bullshit. So it's jump ball instead, which is won by Okongwu. Or Hunter, excuse me. And here come the Hawks again. Hunter underneath the rim, fouled by Olynyk, and he has a chance to make it 100 points inside 3 quarters. Taking Jim McDaniels to Boucher. Let's not go that far. At least Boucher tries. Boucher's also NBA caliber, I'd say. McDaniels is not in the NBA anymore. Hunter at the line misses his first free throw. So Hawks faltering a little bit at the line here. Hunter is on 22 points off the bench for the Hawks. He's played tremendously. Jonte Porter. Well, Jonte Porter is banned from the NBA. And is probably going to jail, no? Where's Jalen Harris? Last I checked, he was in the CEBL. 100-82. Less than 57 seconds to go in the third quarter. Walter for 3. Doesn't go. Rebound Okongwu. Here come the Hawks again. You hear noise in the background? I don't hear any noise. Is that my dog? I heard something as well that time. 102-82. Hawks get another steal. It's 25 turnovers for the Raptors. It looks. It is beginning to look like more history for Darko Rajakovic. Looks like it'll be the most turnovers in an NBA game by a team since 2010. Okongwu at the buzzer. puts it in. The Raptors are a disaster on defense. They're a disaster on offense. They're down by 22 points to half. They've committed 25 turnovers in this game so far. Outscored 40-24 in the quarter after making it close at the half. Back-to-back games, they allow 100 points inside 3 quarters. The defense is bad. They've committed 25 turnovers. Scotty Barnes himself has committed 7 turnovers. He's a minus 26. They lost a quarter, 40-24. Just bad. Everywhere is bad. Everywhere you look, it's bad. Probably gonna get Garrett. Maybe we get Garrett Temple minutes at some point. Bad. All bad. All bad. Nothing good. Look at this, man. 25 turnovers. 25. How do 25 times you have the ball, you give it to them? 25 in 3 quarters. That is astonishing. 25 times you had the ball, and the end of the possession, you gave it to them. Over a quarter of your possessions have been turned over. How many? What's their percentage? 25 out of 89 possessions. Well, actually, it doesn't account for free throws. Okay, that's ballpark. Let's ballpark it. Take in 20 free throws. Let's say that's 8 possessions. Let's say 8 possessions. So around 26% of the Raptors' possessions have been turned over. So 1 in every 4 times the Raptors come up the floor, they are going to give the ball to the Hawks. 1 in 4 possessions. For every 3 possessions the Raptors get a shot off on offense, the Hawks get a steal on 1. It's not a good statistic, huh? Not a good statistic at all. No. Yeah. Back-to-back absolute fucking blowouts, man. We were favored tonight. They entered this game as favorites, man. So if the Raptors commit 6 turnovers, they will set. I'll describe it as a modern day NBA record. The most turnovers by a NBA team since 2000. Wow. So since 2000, the 30-point record stands. Wow. This is going to be some history right here. I'm asking a Google AI because, oh, here we go. So since 2000, the actual answer is 31. 31. So we can commit the most turns a game. What about since like 1990? 37. That's an 89 though. So I mean, we could enter dangerous territory here, guys. Very dangerous territory. When garbage time rolls around, they've committed 26 now. I missed one. They've committed 26 now. I haven't watched the Raptors documentary yet. I will soon. 26. I kind of want them to do it just for fun. Because, like, Darko is all about breaking record. Yeah, competitive losses and fake comebacks are a lot more fun than this, guys. 108-82. I would much rather a heartbreaking buzzer beater loss than this. Barrett. Sorry, Alvin Williams. Did Alvin Williams just fucking say this? Al Williams just said there's no other coaching staff I'd rather have lead the charge. Bro, are you fucking watching this team play basketball? Are you fucking kidding me? What kind of fucking brain dead content? No other coaching staff you'd rather have. I can name quite a few coaching staffs. Yeah, is Alvin getting paid to glaze or what? Jesus Christ, man. I get it. I get Rogers is paying your bills. You know, you work for Sportsnet. Dude. No other coaching staff you'd rather have leading the charge? None. You can't name one coaching staff you think is better. Barnes just fucking threw it off of Pirtle's head, and he turned it over again. Barnes just fucking threw it off of Pirtle's head. Down by 24 here. $10-14 to go. Trae Young to Jalen Johnson. He's fouled. Raptors on 27 turnovers. They're flirting with dangerous territory here. A lot of teams have committed 30 before. Since 2000. The Raptors were favored tonight. They were in a million sample size simulation. The Raptors would win half of the games played tonight. Just maybe a smidge over half. And they're down by 25, and they're on like record turnover pace. Defense absolutely garbage here. Again, the turnovers don't help. But whoever's like Pat Delaney, whoever the fuck is in charge. Holy shit. No clue what to do with the defense, man. Sorry, tough to find the words here. 110-86 at the moment. Matthews at the line. It's a 25-point game. You know, I actually have Raptors tickets for a game at the end of the month. Part of I got tickets as a Christmas gift. I'm gonna have to sit through one of these in person. Woo-wee. The 31st of January, I will be at the Raptors game. They're playing the Bulls, so maybe they'll be competitive. But this is ugly, man. 9:38 to go. The only thing I'm worried about now is how many turnovers they commit. Grady Dick under the rim, misses. Pirtle cleans it up, put back. I see. Opa brings up what I told you guys earlier. So Darko is such a bad coach that people actually believe that he's coaching bad on purpose to help with the tank. Like, obviously, they're not doing that. Obviously, the coach is not sabotaging the team. But the fact that anybody actually, like quite a few people, the fact that quite a few people actually believe he is coaching the team poorly on purpose to make them worse, would certainly provide a lot of evidence as to how bad of a coach he is. I don't care about roster construction, like injuries. This team is pretty healthy today. They're down by 28 in a game they were favored in at home. They committed 27 turnovers. They're on pace to set a modern-day NBA record for turnovers in a basketball game. At a certain point, the coaching does come into play. Would another coach have this team on a winning record? No, I'm not saying that a different coach has this team above 500. But does a different coach maybe have more than 7 wins after 32 games? Yeah, I think so. Jerisa, I disagree. I've seen a year and almost a half. Like, obviously the bigger issue is the big issue is the team. Like I said, a better coaching staff doesn't have this team above 500. I'm not suggesting that, but does a better coaching staff only have 7 wins? No, I don't think so. Like last year, the team was good at the start of the year. They had Barnes, who was an all-star that year. They had Siakam, who had been an all-star. OG, who just signed a max contract. Pirtle, really good center. Schroeder, solid center. Solid point guard. Starting point guard for the Golden State Warriors right now. Those 5 guys. 12-20 record with those guys. Roster construction was poor, but was that a 12-win team after 32 games? No, that was definitely a 500 team. They tanked because they performed so bad at the start of the season. They weren't. The goal wasn't to tank last year. They were so bad, largely because of the inabilities of the coaching staff. And now the coaches aren't rookies. They've settled in. They've coached a lot of games. They've got a lot of reps under their belt. They still can't defend. They still cannot sort out how they can get this team to get stops. Like what sort of evidence suggests that when the team hopefully gets better one day and there's a good group of players, what evidence is there to suggest that this coaching staff is going to do well with that group? That's what I would want to have answered. Like, what evidence suggests that when there's a good team here, this coaching staff is just going to magically figure it out? Because I very much have not seen a sliver of evidence that this coaching staff is going to coach a winning basketball team in any capacity. Are they going to have fun? Are they going to smile, keep morale up? Yeah, they're good at that. I'll give them credit for that. Because honestly, if my team was 7-25 or whatever the record is now, yeah, if my team was 7-25, I'd probably struggle to keep keep the good vibes in the locker room. They've managed to do that somehow. Again, I commend them for that. Some young players have looked better than I thought they'd look. How much of that is just they're young players that get better? How much that's coaching staff? I'll give the coaching staff credit for that too. But winning basketball games is probably the most important part of the job. And at a certain point, winning is going to become a priority for this team. And again, I've gotten no evidence to suggest that this coach staff is just going to figure out how to win games. Down by 28 in a game at home you were favored in. no longer on a record turnover pace. I'll give them credit. They're not on record pace, I think, at the moment. How many minutes we played here? We've played 40 minutes. 27 turnovers, 40 minutes. We are okay, so we currently are on modern NBA record turnover pace. If the game continues on the same pace of turnovers that it has leading up to this point, the Raptors would have 32 turnovers, which would be the most in an NBA game since 1990, at least 1999. Let's see. Would be 1980. Yeah, the most since about 99. Fuck me, man. This is bad. We got a super chat here. Thank you so much to Michael Borland for sending in that super chat saying, has your position on Trading Yak changed since your video earlier this year? My opinion is still don't make the phone calls. No outgoing phone calls, but take those incoming phone calls and see what teams are going to offer for him. Barrett misses a layup. God damn it, man. Yeah, don't make the phone calls, but take the phone calls in Pearl. See what's out there. Try to get a good deal. If not, I'm comfortable keeping him. See why Vancouver Grizzlies moved to Memphis. Players want to play in Canada. Well, I'll tell you what. A Canadian team in the last 5 years won an NBA championship. So I think Toronto's done all right for itself in the end. There's a team who plays in Los Angeles who has never even been to an NBA final. So it ain't all just about location. 50-plus years, never in an NBA final. They play in Los Angeles. Can't do much better than that. You doubt Darko is here when we're in actual contention. Look, fair enough. Is he just a 2-year buffer to make the team better? And then you hire a guy who can actually win games? Sure. You know what? If that's the approach you want to take, you think the front office took that approach, then fine. Yeah, he was a developmental guy. Sure. Is the team, individuals getting better? Yeah, they are. But when the team wants to get serious, and I would say the indication is that they're going to get a good draft pick and they're going to want to try and win games next year, is all of a sudden they're just going to fire him and say, oh, we're going in a different direction? Maybe. If that's the case, look, fine. Keep him in of the year. Win 14, 15 games. And then to replace him. I don't even know what his contract is, so. Yeah, Mike Brown, I mean, that's a tasty little opportunity there, I think. Again, I don't know what Darko's contract is. If Darko's contract is up at the end of the year, I'd say absolutely just let it expire. But I have not, in a year and a half, been able to find any information on what Darko's contract is, the terms of the contract. All right, well, let's finish this game off, huh? Do the Raptors set a modern-day NBA record for turnovers? They are 4 away from they're 3 away from equaling it. They're 4 away. Sorry. Opa GG sends in the monster super chat of $20. Thank you so much, Opa GG, for sending it in, saying Mike Brown, Raptors coach, 2025 season upvote party. I have my door open. I'll upvote that. Oh, look at that, Mike Brown in the graphic there. I don't think the Raptors have a bottom 3 NBA roster, right? That's oh my god, we went to the Garrett Temple zone guy. I don't look. Our roster isn't that good. I don't think we're making playoffs, but are we like a bottom 3 roster in the NBA? Like, are we seriously only slightly better than the Wizards? Right. Well, we've entered the Garrett Temple zone, ladies and gentlemen. That means the game is over. We've thrown in the towel. We're down by 30. I hope Darko subbed him in and said, literally, just don't fucking turn the ball over. Do anything but turn the ball over, and we'll be good. Mark Jackson ain't ever getting another NBA job, man. I mean, hearing that guy talk about basketball is just like obvious why he doesn't have a job. Like, it ain't. Like, Mark, man, the way it's just, he would coach a team like you would coach a team in like the early 2000s. They would lose every game. There's a lot of good players in the draft. Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, Cooper Flag. There's good players all over the place. Temple with a nice little dish there to Mobo. 29-point game. Back-to-back games. Raptors allowed 100 points in 3 quarters. We'll see. Memphis scored 155 last game. Let's see how much the Hawks get here. Difference is this game's at home. The Memphis game was at least away from home. At least the fans didn't have to watch that one. This is home. There are Raptors fans who paid to go to this game. There's probably a lot of Raptors fans here who bought tickets as a gift for Christmas and went, oh, first home game after Christmas. Let's go to this one. And they came to this one. They bought tickets to go to this game. The Raptors had 5 turnovers in the first 5 minutes. I think they had 6 turnovers in the first like 90 seconds or so. Something like that. And then they allowed 100 points inside 3 quarters. 24-95. Warriors court disagreeing with Mark Jackson take. I mean, fair enough. I'm not as locked in on the draft, to be fair. So I can't really field all these draft questions. I know this talent. Wallace for 3. 124-98. Raptors, I missed it, but they committed another turnover there. 28. 4 away from the modern record, I'll call it. Modern being since 2000. See, Darko's tenure done after next season. Development, the new draft pick, improve the young guys, and then he's out. Or easily a high playing team when healthy with competent coaching. I agree. This is a base take. Yeah, I said at the top of the show, this time next year, Darko's probably still the head coach. I bet on that. Absolutely getting the whole season here. He just has so many excuses for why the team is bad. But I think it's clear incompetency from the staff. And again, I'll eat my words. If they turn it around, I will eat my words and say, wow, they might classify that as a turnover. They did. Mobile got called for turnovers. 29 turnovers. We are in dangerous territory. We are in very dangerous territory here. .339 to go. 29 turnovers for the Raptors. Down by 30. Mobo to Walter. Nearly turns it over. Nearly turns it over again to Battle with the left way off the mark. Timeout Atlanta. Why? I've survived worse Raptors eras as well, but this is not a lot of fun right now. Sorry for not really talking to the game much the last little bit, but 10-game losing streak, 29 turnovers. Not really any excitement from this game except for when Bruce Brown had that cool dunk. Yeah, I'm not a lot to say about the game right now that I haven't said already. I mean, certainly even the biggest Darko believers have to acknowledge in some capacity that the coaching is really bad. In some capacity, you have to say, yeah, this is really poor now. This will be the 10th loss in a row. They only have 2 more wins in the frickin' Wizards, dude. They've been favored in 2 games this season. This was one of them. They were favored tonight. Man. Whew. All right. To say none of it is on the coach is crazy. There's people who think Darko's purposely coaching bad to help with the tank. Like, that's got to be some pretty horrific evidence towards his abilities. I mean, sure. Just for the sake of, like, solidifying conversations about him, I'd love to see Darko with a healthy roster. I'm not hopeful, but just for the sake of the argument, just so we have evidence of whether or not he can do it when they got the healthy roster, sure. Because, like, hey, a month ago, he's saying just wait till this roster gets healthy. We can be competitive, win some games. Well, it's getting pretty close, guys. The roster's almost healthy. Quickly should be back soon. And when he is, hopefully nobody else gets hurt, knock on wood, he'll have his chance. $30 turnovers for the Raptors. That's the most in an NBA game since 2010. One more would be the most in an NBA game since 2000. And they still have 2 minutes to go here. Roddy for 3. I really like David Roddy in his draft. I was wrong about him, man. Memphis were wrong, too. They reached for him. Timeout called. Why are you calling a timeout? There's a minute 44 left. You're down by 8 points. Why are you calling a timeout down 28 fucking points? With less than 2 minutes left, dude. Darko's such a fucking moron with these timeouts. What the fuck is that? Why the fuck are you calling a timeout with a minute 44 left, down by 28? Just get this game over with. Get the fuck out of the building. What are we still doing here, man? Why on earth would you why on earth would you do that? Second most turnovers in franchise history. The most is 32, which was committed on January 15th, 1997. Other than that, it was 2003 the last time the Raptors committed this many turnovers in a game. 2003 was the last time the Raptors committed 30 turnovers in a game. And they've done that today. Once again, Darko Rajakovic coached Raptors team create some infamous levels of history. A lot of records being broken in the Darko tenure, man. Whether they're his fault or not, a lot of bad records being set. Biggest loss, Most points allowed. We're almost at most turnovers in a game. Whether or not you blame him, it's just fact. A lot of these records are in his tenure. Temple to battle in the corner. No good on the three. The Raptors just dribble out. Well, actually, if they dribble out, they will get a turnover for a shot clock violation. So the Raptors cannot just dribble it out and avoid a turnover. They have to keep shooting here. Oh, it almost happened. Walter nearly got it stripped. There it got stripped. It's out of bounds. And they call Raptors ball. It was a 50-50 call. We're getting close, man. We're almost at 31. I kind of, just for fun, I kind of want it to happen, to look back down the years and say, wow, we did that. Remember that game? Battle at the rim with the left gets to go. All right, so the Raptors will guaranteed have another possession. Well, not guaranteed because they get an offensive rebound, but they will likely have the ball again. Now, they're likely, the shock. So the Raptors have to shoot on this possession. So this is the last chance for the turnover to happen, if it's going to happen. Walter to Shed. Somebody just shoot it. Shoot it off the rim, please. Mobo inside, lays it up, doesn't go, out of bounds for Raptors ball. So they're once again tempting fate. The Raptors have the ball back. One turnover away. Oh, they're one turnover away from the most since 2000. Temple steps out of bounds. 31 turnovers. That is the most in an NBA game since 2000. Wow. Wow. 31. I didn't think we'd do it, but last possession they did it. "31 turnovers." The Raptors were favored, man. Well, tell you, man. I enjoyed the fake comebacks a lot more than this. Maybe you did as well. All right, let's get this post-game show overdone with and try to forget about this one. But, well, we want to forget about this game, but we can't, because once again, the Toronto Raptors have set more history in the Dark Rajakovic era. And it's not just franchise history they've set today in this monstrous loss to the Atlanta Hawks. We'll cover it all in tonight's post-game show. Wow, yeah. When it rains, it pours, I guess. The Raptors lose back-to-back games by 29 points exactly. But at least they didn't give up 155 points this time. No. Last game, they lose 155 to 126 away at the Memphis Grizzlies. This time, they bring the 29-point loss festivities back home to the Scotiabank Arena. They lose 136 to 107 to the Atlanta Hawks. Man. We got a lot to cover in this one. Drop a like if you do enjoy this along the way. Subscribe for more content like it. Because unfortunately, I do this for most Raptors games. And pretty much every Raptors game, I'm here doing a stream or a post-game show just like this. And unfortunately, I have to watch these games alongside you. So they're tough. Maybe you can just avoid watching them and just watch the post-game show so you know what happened. You don't have to waste 3 hours of your life watching this godforsaken basketball team. 29-point losses in back-to-back games here. Man, as if that was bad enough. Like, the defense cannot get a stop. Part of the reason, though, I mean, the defense was really bad against Memphis because, like, you allow 155 points. It wasn't quite as bad here because, first of all, you don't allow 155, only 136, thankfully, in this one. But a big reason why Atlanta gets so many points is because the Raptors turn the ball over a lot. The Raptors turn the ball over someone. Here's the history. The Raptors turned the ball over tonight 31 times. Now, that's the second most in franchise history. So didn't quite get the 32, which would have equaled a franchise record set in 1997. But as far as the entire NBA is concerned, this is the most turnovers, equal to the most. It is equal to the most turnovers by an NBA team in a game since 2000. We have one from 99 here where the Pacers committed 32, but the Golden State Warriors committed 31 in 2000. That is the most in modern-day NBA history since 2000. The Raptors tonight, as I said, commit 31 turnovers. And they grinded for the record. It took a last possession, Garrett Temple stepping out of bounds after receiving an inbound pass to make this infamous record happen. But, whether or not you think this is on the coaching staff, the results, the records, the fact of the matter is the Raptors have set a franchise record for points allowed in a game in the Darko Rajakovic era. They have suffered their worst losses in franchise history, home or away, in the Darko Rajakovic era. They have not just a franchise, they have committed the most turnovers in an NBA game since 2000 today with their 31 against the Hawks. I mean, they came out not knowing how to play basketball. Was it 5 or 6? I think it was 5 turnovers in the first 90 seconds. I think it was 6 or 7 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of the game. So they set the tone really early, and they set the tone that they were on their business. They were chasing history. They were chasing this modern day record today, and they absolutely positively showcased it with this abysmal, diabolical performance here. Barnes himself commits 8 turnovers. Olynyk has 4. Poeltl has 4. Abaji has 5. Grady Dick has 4. Everyone contributed. A lot of people contributed to the success of the game today in creating more history for the Darko Rajakovic tenure. I mean, at what point does it become like even the biggest of believers? At what point do you have to admit, like, wow, maybe the coaching isn't that good for this team? Especially Pat Delaney, the assistant in charge of the defense, can't get a stop. Can't stop this team from scoring. How are you supposed to win basketball games if you can't get any stops? How are you supposed to win basketball games when you afford your team 31 extra possessions purely off of your turnovers? Like, let's have a look here. How many shots are at today? The Raptors took 85 shots today. 27 free throws. So let's say probably, like, how many and ones really? Like, probably 22 of those free throws off of possessions where they didn't get a shot off instead. So we'll call it 85 plus 11 possessions of the basketball where they didn't turn the ball over. So we'll call it 96 possessions. So we'll say with the 31 turnovers, 96 possessions plus the 30. So 127 possessions of basketball today. The Raptors commit 31 turnovers. So of the 127 possessions, 24% of those possessions. So let's round. It's 24.4. We'll say basically a quarter of the possessions. If the Raptors had the ball, a quarter of the time the Raptors had the ball, that possession would end with the Raptors giving the ball to the other team. 155 points out against Memphis, and for the people who complain about fake comebacks and how much they dislike when the Raptors make fake comebacks, I tell you what, guys, I would take a fake comeback over this. Fake comebacks are a lot more enjoyable than losing by 29 points in back-to-back games. But it's not just the coaches. It isn't just the coaches. I know that. Part of it is, though. Talking to some of the players as well. Like Barnes, 8 turnovers himself. He was very sloppy today. He was a minus 34. We talked about it during the stream, but his energy is infectious, whether bad or good. So when Barnes comes in with a shitty demeanor, lazy attitude. It's going to rub off on the rest of the team, and it did today. Whether or not he likes it, he's the franchise player. He's got to set the tone, and he didn't today at all. Yeah, 19 points on 7 of 12 shooting, not taking bullshit threes anymore. That's great. But 8 turnovers takes away a lot of the good from whatever we saw from the performance. Pirtle hung out to dry in a lot of circumstances, but no, not his best today. Barrett, 17 points on inefficient shooting. Too many of those this season, and nothing defensively, really. Abaji didn't affect the game enough. Grady Dick couldn't make a shot. Had 0 second half points. Not good enough. Boucher had some energy. Great. Olynyk shoehorned into playing backup center because we don't have anybody else, and got dominated in the paint because there's no other centers there. What else? Shed. Not really enough. Walter, I think, should play more. But I don't know. I don't know how you can critically evaluate a team that commits 31 fucking turnovers. Late in the game, I think there was a turnover where Barnes got an inbound and then threw it up court and hit Pirtle in the back of the head, who was running. It was like 8 feet away from him. Threw the ball, hit Pirtle in the head, and it bounced out of bounds. That was one of the 31 turnovers. Probably the most memorable of the 31 today. We'll see that one in Shackton a Fool, no doubt. Indeed. What do I say? You've lost 2 games in a row by 29 points. You committed 31 turnovers today, the most in an NBA game since 2000. 24 years. In my lifetime on this planet, since I was born, only one time in my entire existence has a team committed more turnovers than this in an NBA game. History. A lot of history when it comes to the current coaching staff. The good news, the Open Tankathon, Raptors have the second most losses in the NBA. As bad as the team is, as bad as the roster construction may be, my closing thought will be, are the Raptors seriously only half a game better than the Washington Wizards? Ask yourself. When you think about the coaching and think, what would any coach be able to do with the players, right? Think about this. Are the Raptors seriously only half a game better than the Washington Wizards? I would personally say they're a lot better than half a game better than the Wizards, but they're obviously not able to execute that. Is that just the players? Is it that just the coach? I've made my case. You can make your case as well in the comments, in the chat, or in any other content we do here. To keep up with all that content, subscribe to the channel. We just hit 18,000 subs in amateur sports. I'd like to celebrate, but tough on a day like today. Drop a like if you enjoyed what you saw from the post-game show or from the stream. And unfortunately, I will see you again next time when the Raptors are away at the Boston Celtics on New Year's Eve. What better way to close out 2024? Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to go watch some TV and try to forget about this game. I will see you next time, unfortunately.